Sorry I'm not there tonight, but I had to work. But I still wanted to give my best to David. And most importantly, I wanted to thank Kira and Meka for doing the Hi-5. I can't wait to watch the replay because you guys picked some fantastic movies. 3 of them, never seen. So with that said, thank you for joining us tonight.
What's up, my friends? Thank you for joining me for the Faces for Radio podcast. I'm your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown. My partner in crime, Rich, TurnerFan77, unfortunately had to work tonight, so he will not be attending, but he will be with us in spirit. I have some videos to play for you guys. But without further ado, whatever that means, I'm going to bring out our very special guest for this episode of the Hi-5. You can find these two all over social media, but it was their love of horror movies and a particular beverage that appealed to me the most. Their tea is hot, and so is their content. The Faces for Radio proudly welcome Meka and Kira, the Double Feature podcast.
Hey,
how are you guys?
Hi.
It's so great to have you on the show. I'm just so jazzed. I mean, we've been talking for a little while about getting you on here, and I've always wanted to talk horror movies and tea with you. So this is a joy for me. I hope you guys have fun as well.
Yes, we were looking forward to it.
Awesome. We already have a bunch of people on, which is crazy. So let's get them out of the way, and then we'll get started. So Corey from Wiki's Music Movies says, hey to everybody. Holland is in the house.
Holland.
And hey, Miss Caveman is here. It's the first time she said something before her husband did. Movie Hunter 2020 is here.
Hi.
And they're saying hi to everybody. So that's awesome. We've got 8 people on right now. And I'm really jazzed to do this with you guys. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Hi-5, here are the rules. Basically, and one more. My best friend Mike is on too, so we'll say hello to him. So I bring our guests on the show, have them pick 5 of their favorite movies. In this case, we have a horror theme. So Meka and Kira, they picked 5 movies together that they like, and great variety. I love these picks. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to score them live using the lowdown method. And those of you that are watching this are probably familiar with it, but the lowdown method is 10 aspects of a movie that you'd like to rate on a 1 to 10 scale with a couple of curveballs, but we're going to go through it. In the midst of that, we're going to talk tea, and we're going to ask some hot seat questions, basically getting an idea of your movie watching habits, what you like to snack on, things like that. So are you ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
Great. What we will do, and there's Caveman saying hello, good looking people on my screen. Oh, and David. Hey, please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. And also in the description, all of Kira and Meka's links are in the description. You guys go and follow them and sub to them wherever they're at, because they've got great stuff. I love your guys' podcast.
Thanks.
I really missed your Lost Girl.
I know.
Yeah. So I heard that there's another one coming. Is there another one coming?
Yes.
Great. That's awesome. I can't wait, because we just had Mel last week.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I saw Mel's. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I tried to keep it under an hour and a half, but we went a little bit long. But that's okay. I had a great time with Mel,
That was a good
and yeah, I've been wanting to get her on the show as well. So that was a lot of fun. I can't wait to talk these movies with you. So here's what we did. Rich and I have already seen these movies.
Oh,
We've
great.
already scored them.
Oh,
And we've ranked them based on our average score.
okay.
So I'm going to show each of them in order from 5 to 1 based on how we ranked them,
Mhm.
and then have you guys score them. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay. But the first things first is your first hot seat question.
Ooh, hot seat.
And that is, do you prefer to watch movies in the theater, on digital, or through physical media?
Oh, I'm going to answer like
You might be different.
initially it used to be well, what I will say is for horror movies I do prefer to watch them in the theater just because I love the collective experience.
Yeah.
I think right now with every other genre, from the comfort of my home is the best convenience, and I actually get to really thoroughly enjoy it without any interruption. But horror, I love the banter. I love the
that collective experience.
Yeah.
Our last couple of experiences at the theater, though, the etiquette with people has been kind of crazy.
Oh,
though.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With phones and talking. So, yeah.
No, I agree with that. There was I was watching a movie recently, and there was a food fight that broke out in the theater
Wow.
where they were just throwing food at each other, and they were sitting right next to us.
Wow.
Okay.
And
Not experienced that.
and I was like, you're not throwing any fries or anything, so stop.
Wow. Did any
Throw
food hit
something
you?
that I can eat. What's that?
Did any food hit you, Dave? Oh, no.
Oh yeah, well, it hit my wife, and then my wife and I switched seats because she was getting upset, and then food hit me, and I was like, you guys got to stop this. We're here to watch a movie, not watch you guys have a food fight. But yeah, the etiquette has changed
Very
in
much.
theaters, and I think since COVID's ended and everybody's going back,
Yeah.
they don't know how to be courteous and watch movies, and so everyone can enjoy, kicking the back of your seat and
Yeah.
things like that. I have to pick specific seats for my wife and I when we go to the theater. But I prefer the theater too, especially the experience, the group experience.
Yeah, definitely.
The first Insidious movie comes to mind when we watched that in the theater. How you could hear everybody move in their seat because they were expecting something to happen, and it was just quiet in the movie.
Yeah.
And then, but you can hear everybody shuffling in their seats, getting ready to hide behind their popcorn and things like that. So it was crazy. Caveman says, "Hey, I'm ready for those pretty ladies to spill some tea."
Let's spill some tea.
Mama Blu-ray's in the house. What up, Mama Blu-ray?
Hi, Mama Blu-ray.
Everybody saying hi.
Bonnie.
Great to have Mama Blu-ray in with us.
I know. We still got to come down there and stalk her and Sue.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we're going to get ready to check out our 5th ranked movie. And really, I mean, all these movies were great. They were such a blast to watch. Rich had 3 first-time watches. So 3 of the 5 you picked, he'd never seen.
Wow.
And there was 1 first-time watch for me.
Oh.
So I was like, really, I was really, and it was fun. I really enjoyed that one. So I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about these. These were all great. And even though this is the lowest scored movie, it's definitely one of our favorites.
Okay.
And the score really, there's not much of a difference between the top one and the bottom one.
Okay.
Probably less than 10 points separate these movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So let's go to first thing, we're going to have Rich talk about the movie.
Okay.
And so you know which movie it is. So here we go with Rich's viewpoint on our number 5 ranked movie.
Okay.
Silver Bullet. This was, I think, my favorite pick that you picked. I hadn't seen this. This was a first time watch. I don't know how I missed this one, but this movie was amazing. I love the cast. I love the humor. The special effects were great. This is definitely going to be a rewatch for me again in the near future because, yeah, just a great, great movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. So he picked Silver Bullet. This was our number 5. And like I said, there's not many points separating these movies. So even though it's number 5, it's still fantastic. I have a special love for this movie. This is my second favorite werewolf movie
Oh, yeah, this is a good
of all time. Number one, American Werewolf in London.
Oh, I love American Werewolf.
Absolutely. But for me, what makes a great werewolf movie is the transformation scene.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Right. So what is there something special for you guys that you like for werewolf movies, or is it the same type of thing?
Oh, you can say
yeah. We would say the same thing. The transformation, like how the creature looks.
Right.
Also too, also the story is a big thing for us too, because we like a lot of werewolf movies too that might not be the best, in terms of transformation, but we enjoy kind of the story arc. Yeah.
Okay. So what would be your top 3 werewolf movies?
Yeah, I would definitely say American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
I like The Howling.
Yeah. Well, Kira would be different because she would say American Werewolf in London, then she would do The Howling, then she would do Silver Bullet.
I would literally probably put Silver Bullet before The Howling, but those are my 3.
Yeah. And I would do American Werewolf in London. I would do Silver Bullet. Then Dog Soldiers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So those would be mine.
Oh, and Howl.
Howl is a good one too.
Howl is good. Yeah. There's a new one that's recently come out that's basically it's cracked my top 5, but not top 3. It's called Where. It's WER. I don't know if you've seen that.
I think I've seen that.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, about
They almost play it like a found footage, like you see CCTV cameras and things like that with it. Really great transformation stuff. I also liked the movie Late Phases, and that where the protagonist is actually blind and he's dealing with the werewolf. That's got a great transformation scene. It's called Late Phases.
Phases. Okay, noted.
And I can go grab those. They're right on my shelf.
Oh yeah,
that's so cool. Okay, I noted that.
Yeah, we just put that down.
Yeah. So that I like those. And again, a little bit of a low budget, but the transformation scene's really good. But yeah, I would say top 3 for me: American Werewolf in London, and then Silver Bullet, and then Dog Soldiers. That would be probably mine.
The Dog Soldiers. Really good.
I just watched the Dog Soldiers on 4K recently, and on 4K, it's really good on 4K.
Yeah, we got the second sight one. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, I grabbed I think it's Scream Factory or something.
Yeah, they got yep.
Yeah, nice. I think I got the Scream Factory one. But yeah, no, this is beautiful. So now let's go to the scores on this. First, I will say that it had a $7 million budget. It's 1985. Wow. And Silver Bullet made 10.8 million in the box office. So it didn't do too well in the box office. But it did a lot on video. Yeah. And so that was really good. Also, a special love is that the Reverend who played by Everett McGill, who is the werewolf in this, his last name is my last name.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
we love him from People Under the Stairs.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie too. Yeah, Everett McGill is so good. Having him as the werewolf, he was really creepy. I'm just gonna do that because after this happened, then you get this.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he was just crazy. But let's go to the scores. So the first 5 categories are cast, acting, plot, ending, and story. So the first thing is the cast, and for cast, it's by recognition only. So the way that works is if you know the actor by name and face when you see the movie, and they get 2 points. And if you know the actor by face but not the name, you're like, oh, I know that person. He's from this movie, but I don't remember his name. Then they get 1 point. Okay. And that adds up to a total of 10 maximum. Oh. So, okay. Yeah. So who do you know from this movie?
So we knew Gary Busey.
Oh yeah.
We knew Everett McGill, and we also knew our Corey. So
right, get to know the Corey.
Yeah,
so that's 6 points right off the top. Anybody else that you know?
Oh, see, I should know the sister's name, but I don't know this.
Yeah, those were the 3 that we knew like right off the bat. So we'll just
we'll
go with that.
The other cast.
All right.
I'm so bad about that.
Right. So 6 points. So what did you think of the acting? Now this is just your own personal opinion, and I mean it's an 80s movie, so you get 80s acting. But what did you think on the acting? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the acting here?
Yeah, we rated it? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I say because it's an '80s movie, but I think for it being an '80s movie, it was well done, especially the topics that they tackled, especially with the family dynamics. So we did go kind of high in that. We went with an 8 with that one. It might be we love it, but I felt like the acting.
It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't unrealistic. It was believable.
Yeah. No, I agree. I thought the acting was pretty good, especially Corey Haim, who was young in this movie. He did a really good job.
Really good.
And Everett McGill, he was creepy, so that worked.
Oh yeah.
He said I should have asked for ketchup with the free fries. But so I just want to say, Evan's in the house. Evan says Teen Wolf is his favorite. That's a good one. Let's see. Anyone see Werewolf by Night yet on Disney? I did. I like black and white.
I love the black and white. It was so good.
So I like that a lot. I haven't seen the color one yet. I don't know if it's out ready, but I know they're doing it.
Yeah, I heard they were going to do it in color. I like the black and white though. It was really
me too. I thought the black and white worked. Ginger Snap, good one.
Good one. Yeah.
Really good one. Dell is in the house. Dell is one of my favorite people on the planet. We're blessed with uncrazy Uncle Gary Busey. I think he was still crazy. They just didn't realize he was crazy. Everybody's saying, hey, Huck is in the house. How are you, Huck? Another one of my good friends. Appreciate you being here. Saying hey to everybody. Dell says Werewolf by Night is awesome. I don't think I want to see the color version. I'm kind of back and forth on it as well. We also have Adam, the bearded Four Eyesman, is here. Hey, everyone. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button on your way out before you leave. But yeah, so an 8 for acting. That's solid. I think that's what I gave it to. Yep, that's what I gave it to.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Okay. So now for the curveball, we're going to talk about the plot. So basically how this works is I'm going to read the synopsis from IMDb, and sometimes they can be gems, sometimes they can be horrible. And then what you're going to do is based on the synopsis alone, take who's in it out of it, what you know about the movie out of it, but just by reading the synopsis that I read to you, how likely would you be to watch it on a 1 to 10? Okay, so if it's just a silly where you're like, I have no idea what this movie would be about, but it says werewolf, so I'll give it a 5. However you want to do it. So I'm going to read the synopsis, and then you figure out if you'd rather watch that movie or just I think we'll leave that alone. Okay, so here's the synopsis on Silver Bullet. It says, in a small town, brutal killings start to plague the close-knit community. Marty Kozlaw, a paraplegic boy, is convinced the murders are the doings of a werewolf.
Yeah, see, that's giving me what I need.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's later to it. And so, since it's werewolves, it's really calling us in. That would be high.
Oh yeah, I would give that a high. That was actually better than what I thought it was going to read as.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too.
I would give that an 8 again because
that's what I gave it to.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like wow.
Nice. We are absolutely on the same page too. So yeah, you should have seen the ones that I read for Mel. They were horrendous. They were so bad, and she was like, "That's terrible. I don't even want to watch them." So that was really fun. Just the look on Mel's face when we did that.
Mel loves her like her 80s cheese too. So
she does. She loves her cheese. And there were a couple that Rich had a problem with. He didn't care for him. But again, first time watches. We love this experience because we get introduced to new movies. Yeah. Even myself as a big horror movie fan, there was one that Mel had that I'd never seen. And then there's one that you guys had that I hadn't seen. So so I love when you guys can give me a horror movie that I haven't watched yet. I am so down to watch it. Culture's in the house. Hey, Culture. Good to see you, my friend. That's great. They're coming out of the woodwork for you guys. I love it. Okay, so the next thing is the ending. So this is strictly the ending.
Okay.
How did it end for you guys? The last 10, 15 minutes. Did you get the closure that you wanted? Did it answer all the questions? Was it slow? Did it drop off without anything? So how would you rate the ending for this on a 1 to 10?
Okay, so I love the ending because it was really tense because they was in the house. They knew he was coming. They knew the werewolf was
Kind of
coming.
edge
Kind of edge of your seat, and I kind of love that end kind of duel. So for me, I felt like that would be high again. I probably do an 8 again, 8 or even 9.
I mean, it could be like a strong 9.
I would say 9.
Just because I think
9.
that resolve.
Yeah,
There was tension. There was resolve. There was action. Even an emotional dynamic between the siblings. I think it came full circle.
Yeah, full circle. For us, that's high markings.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually gave the ending a 10. I loved how it finished, and with Gary Busey and with Corey Haim and all that kind of stuff, and how Everett McGill's character kind of finished. I loved that part of the story.
Oh yeah,
that final scare,
and then turning back.
Yeah, that final right there in the garage. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So yeah, I loved that. Okay, so the next thing in the first 5 categories is the story. So where the plot is kind of the seed, the story is the forest. So this is beginning, middle to end. Were there any slow spots? Did it go off in a direction you didn't expect or you didn't want? Things like that. How did you think of the whole story on a 1 to 10?
I think the story, I would give the story like a 10, like in our opinion. I think from start to finish, it was consistent. It never let up. You knew where it was going. I don't think there was any real slow builds. I think it really just kept even pace. And there were a lot of even action sequences. The chase scene on Marty on his bike,
the attacks of other people,
even the connections between Marty, his friends, Marty and the girl he liked. The family dynamics. It never stopped. It was really good pace. An overall good story. And the priest dynamic, please. Who would have seen that?
I love that.
Love that. The best
Such time.
So are you going to go 10?
10.
Great. So did I.
Awesome.
Okay. So now the next 5, this is kind of getting a little bit technical.
Okay.
So we're looking at the script, the cinematography, the direction, the music, and the wild card. We'll talk about the wild card in a second, but the first one is the script. So this is how it was written. The dialogue, was there any, too much cheese? Did they say too many one-liners? Do you think they ad-libbed too much? What did you think of the script and how it was written on a 1 to 10?
I think the script is good too.
The script is what they pull from.
Right.
I'm sorry. I think the script, because for 80s, again, 80s, we can go left or right in the 80s.
Right.
But I think the script, to me, they didn't do too much. It was just enough, not a lot of crazy one-liners. I would go high with that one again too. I would probably I feel good with an 8 for that one.
Solid. Okay.
What's my Dave gave?
Okay. Evan asked, what movie do Meka and Kira disagree about the most? That's a good question. And Movie Hunter agrees. That's a great question.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think of a movie we disagree about the most. Interesting. Oh, you know what's interesting? Because we love Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. I think we go back and forth on. So the second installment of that, again, I liked it, but I did not enjoy Hannibal as a sequel. You liked it, but you were able to kind of think of it as more of a standalone in terms of not trying to be comparative to the first one. But we strongly disagree about that film. Yeah. And then maybe Eye of the Beholder. Oh yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of that one with Ashley.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. And Mulholland Drive is another one. Yes. Yeah. So sometimes this film. Film, I will walk away with saying, "Oh my gosh, I need to rewatch this. I don't get it. I have to do it again." Because really, I loved it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And we'll argue about why didn't you like it? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you should like it,
or you should understand it. Yeah. But I think those 3 we always have major dialogue about.
That would be great. I'd watch that. If you guys should do a show on that.
We should. Oh yeah.
You should. Where if you watch a movie and you disagree on it, that should be the show. And you talk about back and forth. and then see if that changes your mind. Like if you score it, would you change your score based on what your sister said, or maybe they can give you an insight on that movie. Oh, I didn't realize it was like that. So yeah, I'll give a point to the story for that. Stuff like that. Rich and I do that all the time because
I love it. Yeah, I love how you guys do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good idea. You do good.
That's fun. That I see that as a show. I'd watch that. I'd be happy to be a referee or a guest if you ever.
I know. We probably take each other out.
Yeah,
But
sometimes it can get pretty intense.
Miss Caveman says it's one of her favorite Stephen King stories. Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, Meka, and Kira can't chat tonight. Editing content. Have you all playing in the background? I appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you so much. Well, if the show is a hit, don't forget about my royalties. Right. We will definitely put you down for a 0.5% of something. Yeah, Dell is not a fan of Mulholland Drive, and neither am I. Actually, I didn't really care for that. It's weird. It's weird.
I watched this so many times.
That one, and then you got like Vanilla Sky, and that's weird. There are parts that I like about it, but as a whole, I'm like, okay, I don't need to see that again. Okay. So interesting enough, since we're in the middle of Silver Bullet, I am going to give you my tea pairing now for this movie. And my tea pairing, because it's called Silver Bullet, I'm pairing this with a gunpowder green tea.
Wow, look at I love green tea, I must say.
This is a loose tea.
Wow,
right? So what they do is with the gunpowder green, so it's green tea that and basically tea is tea. It's just depending on how long it ferments is how strong the tea is, right? Whether it's white tea, green tea, oolong, or black. And gunpowder green tea, they take the tea leaves and they roll it up into a tight little ball, kind of like gunpowder. And then they let it ferment. So that's in these tight little balls, and then you put that in your cup or in your diffuser, add the hot water, and then the leaf opens up.
Wow.
And you get just a full flavor green tea. It's really, really good. So that's what I'm pairing with Silver Bullet.
I say I love green tea. That's loving it. Speaking my language.
Yeah. Oh, good. I love green. I've got another green tea to show you guys too. So
that's so
I want to be writing down to some of the teas you mentioned.
So yeah, it's called gunpowder green tea.
Gunpowder green tea. No that. Yeah. Oh, love that. Oh, awesome.
So, LA Confidential is a much better version of Mulholland Drive. Okay, yeah, I liked LA Confidential. Yep. Okay, so now we're getting to the next thing, and that is the cinematography. So the cinematography, this is basically kind of encompasses all visuals. So this is, how they do the camera work, how they do the visual effects, the practical effects, if there's CGI. In this case, there isn't because it's 1985. But how they did the effects on it, anything that you see, the visuals on it, how would you rate those on a 1 to 10 here for this movie?
Yeah. Now, I feel like we rated that pretty high. I just want to kind of refresh myself with the score we gave it.
Yeah. Because I think based on
because I think a couple of things. So the scene where Marty kind of shoots him through the eye, like that was dead on. And then the transformation scenes, seamless. Like for the period, the 80s.
Yeah.
And then even his transgression scene, like when he went back from beast to kind of like human.
Yeah. So, and then visuals for when you saw from his eyes the kills. I think that was really good. The camera work for that.
Central that, So we gave that pretty high. Yeah, we said like a 10. We were kind of struggling back and forth. We were like between 9 and 10, but I would have said, for the 80s, I think they did an extremely good job.
Nice. Okay. So the next thing is the direction. So this is how the director did. Now it was directed by Daniel Attias. And some of the other things that he did, the series Alias, he was the director of The Wire. Let's see, what else did he do? Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. A lot of TV series. He directed something of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He directed some of The Boys. Snowfall, Castle Rock, The Americans, things like that. So what I like to do is kind of look at his body of work, some of the other stuff that he does, and maybe rate how he did here on a 1 to 10 compared to that. If not, just how do you think the director did on a 1 to 10? Is how you
Well, I think it will be hard. We've seen quite a bit of the TV shows that you've listed, and I think it's very hard to compare just based off of like even Penny Dreadful. There's no comparison
And I
between
think the years,
Penny Dreadful, and for example, like Silver Bullet. You could definitely see the progression with regards to his eye and his work. Ooh,
I would probably do maybe a 7.
Yeah, like when you can collectively hold everything.
Yeah.
I think that's fair, again, for the time.
I gave it a 7 as well. So yeah, you're right on track with what I was thinking. Let's see, what did Dell say? Most David Lynch that I've seen rubs me the wrong way, like he's speaking down to me. Okay, I feel that way about Wes Anderson. So
I heard that before. Wes Anderson.
I think about that too. Like Asteroid City, I am just so not interested in seeing.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
So and Dell has been drinking honey vanilla chamomile tea.
Very nice still.
That sounds very nice.
Oh yes.
I almost grabbed I have a honey ginger crystal that you can actually add to tea as a sweetener and to add ginger to it.
Ooh.
I almost grabbed a packet of that. I have that too. So like if you just want to sweeten up your black tea or something, you just add that and it gives you a little honey ginger flavor to it.
Oh, I love that. Yes, I've been trying to do like I usually Meka will tell you I kind of load my tea with honey, but agave, which I usually put on my yogurt.
I have agave too, yeah.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, the next category is the music. So this is not just soundtrack or score, but it's sound effects, things like that as well. So what would you rate the sounds, the audio here on a 1 to 10?
I would probably I like because with Marty's his bike and everything too. A lot, with that's a big one, and the sounds around that also too.
Even just like the scenes, like I'm thinking of like even his friend's father, like you get like the crashes in the greenhouse, just little things,
fireworks scene.
Yeah, just kind of picked up really quickly. Gosh, I think for what it was,
I would probably say
like a 7 too.
Yeah,
I would be content with that.
I like it. Okay. And then the last thing is the wild card. So the wild card is a 1 to 10 score based on the genre. Everything is horror movies here. So we're going to go by the type of horror movie. And this being a werewolf movie, how would you rate this on a 1 to 10 compared to all werewolf movies?
Oh, well, it's high up there for us.
So it's not fair. So it's going to be a 10.
Yep.
That's
an easy one. Yeah. I mean, I gave it a 9 only because American Werewolf in London is higher. So that's my 10. But this was definitely a 9. So that's awesome. I will total the score for this. Great. So as we're doing this, I'm actually creating the outro to recap everything.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. I love how you do that, Dave.
I love it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Because I was like, oh, I can do that in real time like that, but that looks so cool.
It takes mainly I try to do it while Rich is talking because that gives me time to get some of this done. So there might be a little bit of silence. I'm trying to talk as I'm doing this. So
double take duty.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. So tell us about the double feature podcast. Do you just do horror movies or is there other stuff that you talk about?
Oh no, actually for spooky season, we just focusing on horror movies
primarily.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite genres, but probably between the both of us. But no, we focus on all types of films, so all genres. Yeah,
and we're trying to do a more concentrated focus, more so too on TV series. We watch a lot of TV, and we feel like I don't know, it doesn't get enough love. There's so many good series as well, of many different genres that I think sometimes get overlooked. So we want to particularly highlight those more. Yeah, so we'll be doing.
That's great. I've been trying to get Rich to do a TV series, but he watches like 800 movies a year, so he has no time for TV series. And I still watch my TV shows. I actually own 180 TV series in my collection. So I'm always watching TV series.
I love it.
Yeah, I love, I'm a big NCIS fan, and I love I love anything sci-fi or drama, like criminal stuff, Criminal Minds and things like that. I love those. I love that show. So
so much good writing on TV.
Oh, it is. It really is.
yeah, it is. And too bad for the writer's strike, because everything's been kind of pushed.
Oh, yes.
So I am looking forward to NCIS Sydney, which is starting in November. Yeah, so a new NCIS is starting in November.
Look at that.
But then the regular shows, Hawaii and the main one, they won't start until next year because of the writer's strike.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I am ready. Are you ready with the final scores on Silver Bullet?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look. IMDb gives this a 6.4. So Rotten Tomatoes critics score 41%, audience score 56%. Rich gave it a 72. I gave it an 81, and you guys gave it an 83.
Okay.
So you're right there with me. I mean, this is like
not too far off, man.
No, not too far off. I mean, this was like, my teenage years was when this came out. So I was 15, and this was so good, especially with the Reverend Lowe.
Oh yeah,
my goodness, that was the ice.
Because that's my name, and I was just like, oh, he's related to me.
Yeah, that was the ice.
I said, oh wow, look at the irony in it.
Yeah.
So funny. But let's go to your second hot seat question.
Oh, hot seat question, yes.
Hot seat question. Here we go. What is your go-to movie snack or beverage for the theater and at home?
Oh, well, we have a popcorn Meka. So we usually always have like fresh popcorn with assorted seasonings and butter.
Mm-hmm.
And then for beverages, it's so ironic because we will actually still drink a hot tea with that. But then in addition, an iced drink. Like you'll usually do like a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. And then when we're at the theater, I love my nachos and cheese. Yeah, so that's something I can grab.
I would just keep popcorn
on the side and you dip it.
Yeah, the cheese separate, and I always get 2 cheeses.
Has to be 2. Yeah.
My oldest son, he gets the popcorn and he just gets the cheese, and he actually dips the popcorn in the cheese.
Wow, look at that. That's different.
I'm like, I go, okay, if that's the way you want to do that.
Yeah, probably good.
But it's funny because at home, I mean, I'm a huge popcorn fan. In the theater, I have to have my popcorn.
Oh,
but at home, I like chocolate covered banana chips.
Ooh, now see, I might like that because we like the chocolate covered bananas.
Yeah, that's
good. And I take those and I put them in the freezer.
Yeah, the freezer. Yep.
So they're nice and crunchy, and then they last through the whole movie. They don't get melty or anything like that. And then you can just snack on those while you're drinking your drink. Yeah. I like that. If I get them, that's what I like to do when I'm watching the movie, is eat those.
Ah, very nice. Yep, cool, good snacks.
Yeah. Oh, I just want Steve is saying hi. What's up, Steve? Thank you so much for joining us. Miss Caveman says Stash makes a wonderful lemon ginger tea. It is all natural. It has a little zing to it.
Oh,
I do like Stash's tea.
Love that.
American Werewolf in London is the gold standard. Yep. I'm down for TV. Loved the Justified reboot and enjoying the last season of Billions.
Billions, yes. Justified is really good. I haven't seen the newest version of it.
Yeah. And Caveman loves Cheeto flavored popcorn.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm good.
Yeah, I haven't come to try that yet. It just seems like it's too expensive for what you get. Because it was like $10 and you get like a little tiny bag of it. And I'm like, I just rather get the tub.
Oh yeah.
And let me go there. But all right. So we're gonna get into our 4th ranked movie, the second one that we're gonna talk about. And first we're gonna hear from Rich how he thought of it. So here we go.
Green Room. This was another first time watch. I think you had 3 first time watches for me. And Green Room was pretty good. Not as good as Silver Bullet, but the highlights for me for the Green Room was Xavier and Picard. My mind just went blank. I couldn't remember his name. But I've never seen him play a bad guy like this before. He's kind of an asshole. But yeah, I dug this movie. I like the violence in it. It was pretty good. Will I rewatch this? Yeah, I'll see it again. Maybe not like right away, like Silver Bullet or The House of the Devil, but this was one I will revisit again.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, so our number 4 movie is Green Room. Anton Yelkin, may he rest. Boots, Patrick Stewart. Really good cast in this, and this was an A24 movie before I even knew they existed. And I bought this movie. Now, the first time I watched it, I wasn't as happy with it as I wanted to be, but when I rewatched it after you guys picked it, my score has changed.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I like the story a lot better. I liked the acting a lot better. It just, there were certain things that didn't work for me the first time I watched it that fit better now.
Awesome.
And I thought that was really interesting. So what were your thoughts on this movie, and why did you pick this for the list?
Okay, so I just loved the Green Room. It was a surprise when we watched it because we love A24, so that got us to watch it. And then Patrick Stewart, love Patrick Stewart, and it was so great to see him in this role because I never see him play like a bad guy, and he was so menacing. So we just loved it. And Anton Yelchin, we've been big fans of his, a great actor. So that was the draw right away.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. And that was my draw too, I was like, wait, Patrick Stewart's going to be a bad guy? I have got to see how this pans out.
Yes.
It's from 2015. And it surprised me the first time I watched it, but yeah, and I think I've come to appreciate it more with the rewatch.
Yeah.
Amen says, I'm cheap, so I'll stick to regular popcorn for the theater or sneak a bag in.
Bag in.
Yeah. Dell says he loves Green Room. So actually Green Room made 3.8 million in the box office. It had a budget of 5 million. And I found that it made 1.7 million in video sales. So it didn't do too bad. It's not bad. And I think the name had a lot to do with it, with Anton Yelkin and Patrick Stewart in it. I think that had a big draw to it. But I do think this is better than the sum of its parts. It's one of those where, I came in for specific things, and the specific things weren't as good as I wanted them to be. But after the rewatch, I got to appreciate the whole movie for what it had. So I enjoyed this. This was a great rewatch. I want to thank you guys for picking it.
Great.
But let's go to the scores. So the first thing is the cast. Again, knowledge of the actor is 2 points, if name and face. And if you just I know the face, it took me a little bit to remember Imogen Poots. I was like, I know her.
Yeah, we knew her.
Know her. And then boom, it clicked. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So, where you guys at?
So we knew Imogen, we knew Anton, and we knew Patrick.
Right. And anyone else Aliyah Shawkat, which I didn't know her by name, but I knew her by face.
Yes, because one of the the other friend, the girl. I knew her by face, but couldn't place her name. Yes.
It was Whip It and Arrested Development and things like that. I remember her from. So that kind of gave me some points. So there were a couple extras that I was like, oh, I remember their face, but I don't remember their name. So we'll put you down for a 7.
Okay.
Then for that.
I'll take that.
All right. I'm good for that. All right. So what about the acting here?
Oh my goodness. Stellar. Oh my gosh.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
100%. I just feel like Stella explains it to me the overall Universal cast was exceptional in my opinion. And oh my God, Patrick Stewart, it was just because you've never seen him in a role like this. Even him playing relentlessly a menacing character was so good. The conviction of it.
I mean, when you said Patrick, because there was Neo, the skinheads, he was like, what? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
So I would say I would go high.
Yeah, we gave that
I'll do 10.
Yeah.
10, right? I like it.
Yeah,
just I love Anton. Yeah,
he's such a great actor.
Okay, Are you ready for the plot?
Ooh,
So-
I'm nervous now. Wow. Ooh, gosh.
This is going to be fun. Okay. So here is the synopsis from IMDb. It says a punk rock band is forced to fight for survival after witnessing a murder at a neo-Nazi skinhead bar.
See, that sells it for me.
But see, I don't know. I don't know.
No, you want to know why? You want to know why?
I'm like, I'm not a skinhead, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not really into that scene, so that gave me a problem. But
See, that's what you would think. I know
Yeah.
that's exactly what you was thinking. You know what I was thinking? I said, I am curious to see where that's gonna go.
Yes.
Like I literally feel like I want to know what's gonna happen in this. Where's they going?
So maybe a middle.
I'll probably let's six.
that's what I gave it. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so what do you think of the ending here?
Ooh, gosh, man.
I love that.
The final two. Yeah. That was good. I was satisfied with the ending.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I lost a few people along the way.
And yeah, I had mixed feelings about the ending.
Yeah, because I think I liked it, but I felt like it could have been more.
You wanted,
Yeah.
You wanted a little bit like a more
Yeah.
satisfying
A showdown.
A showdown. Yeah. You did say that.
Yeah,
Maybe a 7?
7.
just like you're reading my mind. Okay, what did you think of the story?
Okay, so I don't think the story was unique in the sense like we haven't seen something potentially along the same lines. I'm not saying like neo-Nazi, all of that, but kind of where people have to fight for survival to get out. They witness something they've seen is just like a different environment it's been put in with a little bit added. So I wasn't like overly surprised by the plot.
I'd probably go with I'd probably go 5.
No, 6. We'll give it a 6.
Yeah.
Give it a 6. Okay. All right. Now for the second 5. See, this is going a little bit faster because we know about things. So let's talk about the script. How do you think it was written, dialogue wise? What would you give that on a 1 to 10?
I mean, for the movie, I mean, I wasn't expecting like too much dialogue. You know what I mean? Because it was just.
Right.
Yeah, but like nothing really being in depth. I think just based off the storyline you got.
I'd do 7.
I feel like a 7 is fair.
I'd do a 7 is fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so Turner Fan 77, my partner, has stopped in. He's on his break. He wanted to pop in and say hi real quick. So thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it. Adrian is in. Hey, Adrian, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate that. You're saying hi. Dell says I generally sneak candy into the theater unless I've got some discounts on my AMC A list.
Love
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
My wife does the same thing. It's always those Lifesavers gummies. My wife loves those.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate it when she throws it in my popcorn. And then I find them by accident and it's like, I didn't expect that to be sweet. But I love her to death. Okay. And I totally forgot what you gave the script. 7, right?
Yeah, I'll go 7.
7 is fair.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Cinematography. So what do you think of the visuals here? Visual effects, the way they did the shots. What would you score that?
We'll say in terms of like the scenes, I think that it was quite brutal in terms of how people were injured and like maimed. Like I feel like they didn't hold back on that.
Yeah, and for where it was, because it was kind of like based in one location a lot. I like the imagery.
Yeah,
I would kind
it
of
was dark, grungy, eerie.
Yeah. I probably do
8.
I'd probably do an 8 for imagery. I like the imagery. Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, then what do you think of the direction here? How do you think the director did? Jeremy Saulnier is the director. He also wrote it.
Yep, he did. Yep.
Impressive.
And he did Murder Party, Blue Ruin,
Oh,
Walk, Hold the Dark. He did 2 episodes of True Detective,
love True
which
Detective.
was interesting. So not too many, but I like his body of work. He's done some pretty good stuff.
Blue Ruin, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
man,
good.
I can see that in terms of
Yeah,
like
I
just
can
the
see that.
tone.
Mhm.
Like honestly,
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I could see his style.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, I'm gonna go high on that
Me
too.
too.
I did like the direction. I would say like an 8.
Yeah,
I feel good with an 8.
I do. I feel like that's solid for Green Room.
All right. 8 it is. And now the music. So soundtrack, sound effects, musical score. What did you think of the music here?
Well, what can I say? I love the fact that they were punk bands. That was.
I think. I think the music matched the film.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was right in line with like the theme and the overall feel of it
for the score.
Yeah, so I feel like I would give it an 8.
Yeah, I would say 7, probably.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, I feel good at 7.
You feel good at 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, would you want to go with 8?
I can live with a 7.
Okay, we're gonna go with 7.
All right, 7 it is. A little bit of a disagreement, but only 1 point, so that wasn't big. That wasn't a big deal. I'll see one where one of you goes 6 and the other one goes 9, and then we're going to be having a debate.
Yeah.
I'll have to go 7.5 and make it even.
Yeah.
And I almost did. Let's go 7.5. But okay, so the last one is the wild card. So now this one, I think it's just kind of a hybrid as far as a horror movie goes. There's some slasher elements.
Yeah.
There's also some psychological horror in here.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I kind of placed it as more psychological, because this is more of a mental, cerebral thing that I was dealing with. But there's a lot of brutality and a lot of gore here. So yeah, how would you score this on a 1 to 10 based on other movies of this type?
Ooh, yeah. See, I feel like comfortable with a 9. Yeah.
No.
I think it is.
Love it. I love it. Oh wow, that was a surprise.
Oh, the score?
Oh,
yeah.
See, to be determined.
I know. I love how they do the score.
I know the anticipation. And see, we're trying to be good tonight, you guys. We've been told to drink more water.
Yes, you have to hydrate, especially when you're on this show, because this is a workout. Oh, and speaking of workout, I have a tea pairing for this.
Oh, I'm excited about this. The tea pairings, I must say, I love. That's so awesome.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
That was like, I was like, I so want to do a tea pairing to these movies. For you. That was just, because I love tea. I've got this Lazy Susan cupboard. It's like the corner of my kitchen.
Oh my gosh, yes,
and it's just full of tea. There's just
so
many.
Like that.
Yeah. One day I'll have to do a tour. I have a full tea cabinet.
Oh, me too. I've got just this giant. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff. My wife gets so mad at me. You have plenty of tea.
So awesome.
And I go, no, I don't. It's just
boxes.
Can never have too much tea.
I know.
You can never. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Let me load this. So I've got the final scores on Green Room. And when I load that, okay. So because there is a lot of running in this movie.
Yeah. Oh my God, the cardio.
Your blood pressure goes up. So I brought a blood pressure tea.
Oh, how fitting is that? Wow.
To pair with this movie, because you're going to do a lot of running and you absolutely need to bring your blood pressure down.
Oh, love it.
So that was my pairing for this one.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God.
This is definitely edge of your seat.
You need that tea. Oh my God, that's perfect.
You need that tea. Yeah, because you're just, I can't. Yeah, my heart rate was up when I was watching it the second time, and it was fun. So, all right, so let's go to the final scores on Green Room. IMDb gives us a 7.0. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 90%. Audience score 75.
Wow, yeah.
Rich gave it an 83. This was his highest score.
Wow, Rich, yeah.
And I gave it a 76. You guys gave it a 75.
Look at that.
So yeah, you were right even with the audience score for Rotten Tomatoes, and you were only 1 point off from what I had. So you guys, we've been really close together.
So good.
So far, so good. Yeah. All right. So now we're coming to number 3, and before that, we got to have hot seat question number 3.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. Hot seat question number 3. Besides the movies in your Hi-5, what's one movie that you could watch on repeat right now? And that would be horror related.
Horror related.
Oh,
So what's a horror movie that you guys would watch all the time? Like,
Alien.
Yeah, see, I feel like Alien would be something.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we can watch that.
Oh my god, I can't even tell you how many times we've watched it at this point. Yeah, and it's a toss up between Alien and Aliens. We've seen them equally the same amount of time, so that would be. I didn't even have to think about that one. Yeah,
and I think, I mean, I'm the same way. I would say I probably prefer Aliens to Alien just a little bit. But Alien is actually a horror movie, and Aliens is more of an action movie.
Yep,
is what it felt like. So I still think they're both amazing, and those would be, definitely ones that I would watch. I mean, my personally is The Exorcist. That's one that I will watch every day and twice on Sunday. Except for the fact that nobody in my family will let me watch it.
that one that still frightens me. Yeah, that was one movie that has scared me.
Still scare me.
Yeah, me too. It still creeps me out. It's still. There's only 3 horror movies that I've watched that have given me nightmares.
Ooh, I can see
it in my life, and Exorcist was one of them. Jaws, the second one.
The second.
I watched that for the first time when I was 6.
Ooh.
And I did not learn to swim until I was 10 because I refused to. I had an unnatural fear of the water. I wouldn't go in a bathtub because I thought there was a shark.
I'm 6 watching that. Wow.
Yeah. And then the third one actually happened fairly recently. It was called The Children. And it just so happened when I watched it, my kids were all like that age. So I had nightmares about my kids coming upstairs. I was like, I wish I have an open floor plan, so there's no doors in this house except for bathroom doors.
Yeah, if I remember, is that the one like the friends go on vacation with the kids and everything? Yeah.
It's like a Christmas thing, and the kids go like zombie crazy, and then but they still think they're playing, and they put the dad on the sled and shoot him down the hill. Yeah,
that was a lot. Yeah,
that was tough. I was like, okay, this is really creeping me out.
Yeah, that's what you know is creepy, like killing kids.
Yeah. Well, and you're like, and you got kids the same age, and you're just okay. When you can relate, or you're like, okay, that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Has some interesting ones. So what is this? Okay. Right. Del says Blue Ruin is one of his favorite revenge flicks. Another slept on Anton Yelchin movie is House of D. That was good.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Wow.
Hey, I've seen this now. Thanks, twins. I have never had a nightmare from a horror movie. Not sure what that says about me. Well, Miss Caveman, that means that you're the one that's causing the nightmares. No. So it's just, it's those things. Well, with The Exorcist was a strange nightmare. It's where I look in the mirror and the face that I'm looking at is not me.
Oh, that's freaky.
That was a freaky dream, and it really, something like that wasn't in the movie, but that was the nightmare I had. I mean, I was 6 years old. Give me a break. But
that was watched early too. That's why I freaked us out. But like possession stuff.
Oh,
I watch it, but that always freaked me out.
I just feel like that
can happen or something.
Yeah. That really is
like you said, Dave. The ones where it's like close to home that can happen. Those are the ones that freak me out the most. Yeah.
And another one is the movies where you're like, okay, if I was in this situation, there's no way I could get out.
Mm-hmm.
And one that comes to me, there's a movie called The Caller. And I don't know if you've heard of this movie. This is kind of off the radar. And it stars what is her name? Her last name is LaFave. She did Under the Dome series. And basically she moves into this place, and she gets a phone. The phone rings in the basement of the house where she's at. And she answers the phone, and it's an old lady from like 20 years ago that's looking for her. So it's almost.
Oh my goodness! I think I've seen this. Yes,
right?
Yeah.
I have seen this. That was so good.
Oh, it was so creepy.
Yeah.
That was because it's, all of a sudden this old lady is torturing her as a child in the past,
Yes, I did see.
and
Oh my
she
God,
can't do anything about. Oh, it was just
that was good.
so good. It was so good. Just really surprised me.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I have to rewatch it. As soon as you said the premise of it, I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
That's a
good.
fun movie.
That one.
Yeah.
Love
All right.
it.
So we are ready for our third movie,
Ooh.
and let's have Rich go ahead and introduce it.
My thoughts on The House of the Devil. I had very low expectations going into this, and man, did I end up really liking it. This has a very slow burn feel to it, and it's very creepy. Very creepy. The old guy at the house just creeps me out, made my skin crawl. And once the action picks up, oh man, is it fantastic. This is a movie I will watch again, and I will probably watch it next Halloween. I recommend this one. This was a fantastic movie, and thanks for picking it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he liked it. That's awesome.
So, House of the Devil. This is from 2009, but this had the look and feel of an 80s movie from start to finish. This was a first time watch for me, and I absolutely enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I was like, it was like I was watching When a Stranger Calls.
Oh yeah.
With the way the house felt and the babysitter, and even though she wasn't really babysitting, but
goodness.
But then I gotta say there's that one scene in the beginning with the friend when she's trying to light her cigarette. That I jumped out of my seat, where I was like, oh yeah, I can't believe that it was so fast. And you're just like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. There were a couple of good jump scenes that I really liked, and then of course when all heck broke loose at the end. So it was great. This was a fun watch. I really enjoyed this. And this is, I thought it was good, because it was said it was a period piece, like it took place in the 80s. But I thought that it would be filmed 2009 style, and then everybody just kind of dressed like the 80s.
Yeah.
But the way they filmed it, the way they did the music, the way they did, the whole thing felt like an 80s movie. I thought that was amazing.
Nailed it. Yeah. I love that's the one thing. That's what I love about it too. Yeah,
they nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you hear it came out, you're like, oh wow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's get that older vibe feel to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Rich talked about the tall old guy being creepy, and of course that was Tom Noonan.
Yes. Yep.
And I remember him from Last Action Hero and things like that. But he's absolutely a wonderful guy. I actually met him because I used to live in Southern California, and I used to be a professional wrestler like way back. And so I met a lot of these celebrities, Michael Clark Duncan and Charlie Sheen and a bunch of other dudes. And I met Tom Noonan. He's super tall, but just a gentle person. He walked up, and we talked for a few minutes. He had no idea who I was, but he had no problem just chatting with me. And it was just an amazing conversation. But some of the most amazing people I've ever met were through professional wrestling. And it was some memories that I really look back on fondly. And to see him in this movie was really cool. I was like, this is now a movie, because I thought I'd seen everything he'd been in. And then I see him in this, and I was like, oh yeah. So this was great. I'm so glad you guys picked this.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, and you know why a lot of people haven't heard of it too. Yeah. So I thought it was a cool one. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great idea. And I don't know, it had a budget of only $900,000, so less than $1 million. And it only made $102,000 in the box office. I couldn't find anything on video sales, so it didn't really do anything in the box office. I don't think it was it was released less than or 3 opening theaters and then a maximum of 7. So it only was in 7 theaters nationwide in 2009. And Dell says, I'm always here for Family Man stories. That was my wrestling name.
Yeah.
I was the Family Man David Lowe because I came to the ring with my kids. And my finishing move was called Timeout. So
that's awesome.
It was a submission move, and then I had another one called You're Grounded. But, so all my moves were kind of plays on words like that, like you're gonna poke your eyes out where I'm running, and things, where I'm running against the ropes and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. I did my time, and it got to the point. 2003 was when I stopped, and
that's awesome.
but I did get to wrestle John Cena and win. So
bragging rights.
That is my I also designed his first t-shirt for our company. So,
bragging rights.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got bragging rights, but because he was the bad guy, I was the good guy, so that was the way we did it. But it was fun, and I had a great time doing that match with him. And then he went off to the WWE and made millions of dollars. So proud of him and what he's done.
Yeah. That's so cool. Look at that. That's good memories.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk about the cast for House of the Devil. Did you guys know anybody?
Yes.
How many points would we give the cast?
So we knew Tom Noonan,
D. Wallace.
Right.
D. Wallace. We knew Greta Gerwig.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. The main again, I'm gonna say the main character. She looks familiar, but we couldn't place her initially.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, even the witch lady. I've seen her before.
Oh, we've seen her before. We couldn't place her either.
We couldn't place
her name. Yeah.
The wife.
Yeah.
I think she's.
Yeah. The wife, Mrs. Ullman or whatever it was. I couldn't place her either. That was the one I was having a problem with. I was like, I know I've seen this lady.
Silent Night, Bloody Night.
Yes,
I think that's for sure.
Okay.
Silent Night, Let me check this. Silent Night, Bloody Night.
I think you're right. That is right. Oh yeah, that's her. I don't know.
I was like, it had to. I knew it was a slasher movie. I remember her in a slasher movie,
but I
couldn't remember what it was.
I can't remember her name to save my life. Oh bad.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Oh, it was her. Mary.
Yeah.
I think her last name. Yep. So I knew the face, but couldn't place who.
So then, what is that? Just 6 then again.
Yeah, 6.
D. Wallace, we knew Greta Gerwig, and
Tom.
Yeah. And I couldn't think of the Friends. I've never seen the Friend before. The one who played Friend.
Yeah, I couldn't pick the Friend out. It just it was the way that she spoke that was familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Her cadence in her voice, and I just couldn't place it. I didn't really recognize her face. It was hearing her voice that I recognized.
I can see that.
Okay.
It was really weird. So I couldn't give that any points because I couldn't peg her from anything. But let's go to our favorite one. Besides that, we're going to do the acting first, then we'll go to the plot. So let's go to the acting. What did you think of the acting here?
Go ahead. No, you go. Okay. Well, okay. So initially, I said, it was in line with the feel of the 80s, in my opinion. And so I think everyone played within the context of that well. And so I felt the acting was well done, in my opinion, based off of the story art. So were you going to add to that?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, great. Okay, awesome. And so we gave that pretty high, didn't we?
Yeah. I do a 9.
Yeah, we did like a 9 for that in terms of the overall mix of it.
I like that. All right, well, let's go to the plot.
Let's see what they say.
Okay, so here's what it says on IMDb. It says in 1983, financially struggling college student Samantha Hughes takes a strange babysitting job that coincides with a full lunar eclipse. She slowly realizes her clients harbor a terrifying secret, putting her life in mortal danger.
Ooh. See, I love that.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That's solid. And then I say for horror movies, I love the babysitter. Throwing babysitters in there. So
Yeah.
I give it a high too.
Yeah, we give it like a 9. I would.
Yeah,
I feel like that's got me.
that would get me. Yeah, I feel good with that.
Yes, I like that description. Look at that. I think we're doing good for the most part.
You're lucking out with the IMDb. You're absolutely lucking out with these.
Mel's.
Yeah, Mel's was horrible. It was so bad. Okay, what'd you think of the ending here?
Ooh, oh my god.
That ended was so because you didn't really. It was hard to. I like how you didn't really know what was going on, and that ended was just like, wow, surprising.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I don't want to give it away, but it was like, intense. And then like now the way it ended, what's gonna? I mean, you could continue this story. So, I feel like a 10 for me.
You would do a 10?
I would do a 10. I feel like
I probably like a 9 or 8.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, let's say 9 to be fair.
Okay.
Let's keep it 9. I can do
9.
that.
Even it out at a 9. I like that.
Let's be a
yeah. I like the ending. This was it was one at first I was like, okay, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Right. And I'm not going to, get into that. If you guys have not seen this, it's on Prime or Freevee right now.
Yep.
So you can check this out, but the way it seemed to end was exactly what I thought was going to happen. And then something else happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then I'm like, okay, wait, that's not it, right? Is there going to be more?
Yeah.
But the last line of the movie was where I gave it a 9. I was like, okay, I'm putting a 9 on that because that last line of the movie hit me where it was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I this felt like it needed a sequel after I finished watching this.
Oh my god.
I would have loved a sequel to this.
Oh, that would have been great. Oh my god, I would love that.
Yeah. They should have totally omened this and made
it.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, I know.
That would have been so good. But I have a question for you, and I don't think I actually grabbed a picture of it, but I'm going to show some pictures.
Oh, look at that.
From the movie. And the babysitter needed. That was the key. But there's one part where the wife, let's just say she was talking to the person that she worships, but she was looking up. So what do you think is the symbolism there? What was this all about? Was this because in the beginning they're like, oh, Satanists, blah blah blah, and this and that. They bring you in with this text of in the 80s Satanism was like major and everybody was afraid of it, and devil worship was so crazy going on. And then they do this movie, but then it seemed like this woman was praying to God.
Oh yeah.
That was so
So I'm going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? And then that gave me second thoughts, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I played with that too, and then I'm throwing in the clips and all that stuff too. Yeah.
And with that, what do you think of the story?
Oh, I like the story. I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think it was well done.
Yeah. And again, even if you how you can watch a film where like there's like a maybe a cult aspect of it or witchcraft in some sense, I think that this was very clever in the way they did it. Yeah, so I liked it. Yeah. What do you feel? Oh, what would I give it? I mean, this was up. I rated this film so high, so I feel like I'd be comfortable again with like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I'll do 8.
Okay. Yeah, I can be with that. That's not too.
Let's wait. Dell says, had to duck out. What movie are we talking about? Hope it's not House of the Devil.
I know he didn't. Dell did not like House of the
Devil. Dell did not like House of the Devil. We were talking about House of the Devil, Dell. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and duck out again. We'll let you know when it's.
I'm saying that because he don't like a lot about Ty West films.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was. This was an interesting one with Ty West. I wasn't disappointed. I really wasn't. So with that, what did you think of the script here on a 1 to 10?
I loved it.
I enjoyed it.
I think again they went 80s with the script. They went all out with the way they did it. It was 80s. If I had not seen when this was made,
Yeah,
I would have absolutely thought this was an 80s movie. I wouldn't have even I wouldn't have even questioned it. And Dell is apparently questioning it. But yeah, I thought that was such a unique thing to where there's so many times where they say, oh, it's set in the 80s, but the way they film it and the way they do the sound and things like that, it plays like a 2000 movie. And that's like, no. But then, this one, the grain in the film and the way that they did the sound, and the way they did the effects, it was all like they went back in time and took the 80s and threw it up here. I don't like anything of his before X. I did like X, and I liked Pearl. I can't wait for Maxine.
Yeah.
We like the Innkeepers. We might be the only people who like the
Innkeepers. I dug the Innkeepers.
Yeah, Dell don't like.
I've got that one on my shelf too. I was like,
we got
it didn't. And that. Why am I thinking? Is that Imogene Poots?
Oh no, that's that. What is her name?
There's the blonde girl. Who is that blonde girl in that?
Sarah.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Sarah.
Oh my God, that's gonna bother me. Sarah something. I know it's Sarah.
Sarah Paxton.
Sarah
Paxton.
Yes,
Sarah Paxton. Okay. I was like, I just like somebody, Imogene Poots is stuck out at me with that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that I think the problem with that most people had with Innkeepers, it started out really slow.
Yeah.
And then it ramps up. This one does too. So this one starts out kind of slow. But the tension builds and builds and builds and builds as you go through the movie. And I like that too. I do like it when it's like full tilt boogie, like the way Green Room was.
Yes.
But at the same time, I do like the slow build, kind of like, the whole deal about, if you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it jumps right out. But if you put it in cold water and warm it up gradually, it'll boil to death, right? So that's sometimes I like that with a horror movie too. I like, I don't want to say I like being boiled to death, but that's kind of that's kind of what I said.
Yeah.
So all right. So we were throwing an 8 to the script, right?
Yeah,
it can be good. I'm still good with that. Yeah.
Okay. And cinematography. So what do you think of the visuals here?
Oh, we're just gonna give that a 10. Yeah, no question.
No question. I was like, I was gonna say, how is this not a 10?
Yeah.
But you absolutely agree. And I think it's the beauty in this is the way it was filmed.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yes, agreed. Look at that collective 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rich gave it a 10 too. So 10s across the board for everybody. And I'm sorry, Dell.
Dell, yeah.
But that's okay. He didn't really love the movie I recommended to him for the movie swap either. So
He's speechless right now.
I do love his movie swap show. It's so much fun. And so yeah, if you guys have not checked it out by now that are on this, definitely go to Dell on Movies and check out his movie swap show. It's so much fun. I like how he does it. Okay, so let's talk about the director. So Ty West directs it, and looking at his body of work, how would you rate this up against that stuff?
10. I would. I actually love his earlier work compared to. I love all the new stuff too, but I'm a big fan of his earlier work, like the House of the Devil, the Innkeepers, and the Sacrament.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to give him a 10 on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you think he directed this better than like X or Pearl?
Yeah, I just love.
Yeah, there's something about the earliest style that we like. Again, I do like the direction in terms of Pearl. And X, but
I just love
we're just like privy to his earlier works.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I mean, at first when I watched X, Pearl in particular, I thought that Mia Goth made that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've seen this, I see Ty West's brilliance in that.
Right? Yeah.
I do think Mia Goth is amazing. I totally, she's absolutely underrated. Yeah. But I thought when I saw her in Pearl, I was like, the end credits in Pearl, the way that she just her face there, and she's just I'm like, I don't know if she has to go to the bathroom or if she's scared or if she's hurt or if she's in pain. I don't, and it was like all those emotions were like coming out, and it like she wasn't breathing through the entire credit. It was crazy. That's my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah,
And I love the movie. That's my favorite scene, is watching those end credits with her.
Yeah, he's a great director. He's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've slept on him or not. I like him, but he kind of flew under the radar for me, where I was like, oh, he did that. I like this movie too. Oh, he did that one. And I didn't realize it was him this whole time.
Yeah.
So interesting. So Dell says slow build is okay. 2 scenes of watching our protagonist eating pizza is terrible pacing, especially when it builds to almost nothing. It definitely is nothing in The Innkeeper. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Wow, fired.
I know. He always shoot him. Shots at The Innkeeper.
Yeah. We're gonna thank Dell for joining us. No, but I think the pizza is significant, right? Because I think that's how she was drugged.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, the pizza sucked, but all pizza sucks when you're in a college town. All pizza sucks. But there's but he says X and Pearl are both excellent. Goth's monologue and Pearl is riveting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So Dell later Palace.
Yes. Okay, Dell. We know.
Yeah, we get it. It's fine. Okay, so let's talk about the music here. Ooh. What did you think of the sound effects, the music, and everything on a 1 to 10?
Really fitting.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I said even the pacing of it.
Yeah, I love the music, how it was used,
the tone,
the score.
Yeah, I would give it a 10 too. Yeah, I just feel like everything was in line with the theme.
With the 80s theme, I think it was. I mean, yeah, I had to score that. I scored that a little bit lower than that, but still, I liked it. I enjoyed the music, the sound effects. It all fit with the whole 80s theme. So I was like, I've got to at least match what I thought about Silver Bullet. So, because there were a lot of similarities with the way it was filmed and the way the music was done, the way the score was, how they moved like up one level and down another and around the corner, and how the tempo of the music would change based on where she was at in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That was perfect.
I thought that was really good. Not to mention the pizza delivery guy, and then how everything changed. And that's another one, when you hear the doorbell ring and you jump completely out of your seat because that's so loud.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. And then, okay. And then run to get the money and pay for it. So Corey says, I haven't seen X or Pearl yet. What order would you suggest watching them in? Some reason I want to start with Pearl. That's not a bad idea.
Start with Pearl.
I would start with Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl is the prequel. So I would probably watch Pearl first.
I would too.
And then watch X.
Agreed. Yeah.
And understand that Mia Goth in X plays Pearl as well.
Yep.
She's doing both characters. I thought that was awesome.
She was great in Infinity Pool too, if you haven't seen that.
Yeah. Okay. Did you put a score on the music? I think I interrupted you guys.
Yeah, we said 10. I said, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So wild card. This is it's paranormal in a way, but it's also psychological.
Oh, definitely.
And I think one of the things about this is that it didn't really feel like a possession movie.
Yeah.
But there were some elements that were similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was interesting to score the wild card for me, because if I score it as a possession movie, it doesn't quite work. But if I score it as more of a psychological movie, then it works better. So that's kind of how I scored it based on that. So what would you guys think of that on a 1 to 10?
I'll be good with a 9 on that.
Okay. No, that's true. Because I said, okay, any lower I would be worried.
Yeah, and I think too, because it has so many different elements.
Yeah.
But I think I feel good with that.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this one.
Oh yeah, no, to me
Yeah.
it's so enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you love this one.
Yeah,
This is
good time.
good.
Yeah.
This is good. So yeah, this one you're quite a bit higher than me, but that is okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I'm curious.
that's really good. I think it deserves it. It deserves that score from you. Oh, and I got to do my tea pairing for this, so I will do
Oh
that.
my goodness. Love it.
Yeah. And I'm starting to hear more people talk about it because usually with this one, and that probably makes sense with the box office and everything. Usually when I say this movie, people are like, "Oh, I never heard of it." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I know I've seen this, the cover on it, but yeah, it didn't interest me at first. I was like, nah, I think I'm okay. Didn't think I wanted to watch it because I thought it was going to be like a cheesy wannabe 80s, but filmed in 2000s.
Yeah.
I just wasn't interested, but no, I just totally changed my tune after watching it. It was really good. So I'm gonna put this while I load the. Where are you at? There you are. Okay, so my tea pairing with this one is a very special tea. This is a black sugar ginger tea.
Ooh, sounds delish.
And it is in jelly form. Have you guys seen these?
No. Wow.
Okay, so yeah, it's black sugar ginger tea.
Ooh, noting that.
Right?
Wow.
And, yeah, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's in a jelly form.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And basically what you do is you take a couple of spoons of that and you put it right in your cup, add hot water, mix it, tea. Done.
Wow.
Right?
That would be interesting. I would have to try that for sure.
Yeah.
I do like the sugar piece. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. And the ginger, it's like the full-on ginger root. You get the strings of ginger and stuff in it. So I like to actually strain that through. So I'll put that in a strainer or a diffuser, and then I'll run the water through it. So that I get the ginger flavor and then I don't have to have the ginger pieces. Like it has whole ginger in it. So
I'll tell you, I love ginger.
Yeah. I'll take the pickled ginger any day for like sushi and stuff. And
I love it. Like
there's a lot of it in here, but this is an amazing tea. And I thought because this movie was a surprise for me, I wanted to surprise you with something that might be different.
I love it.
We gotta try. Yeah, we definitely gonna try that.
For
I
sure.
Jelly.
Yeah. So I know that I just found my local Costco has a tea like this. It's a honey citrus ginger, and it's kind of a lighter color, but it's in jelly form. It looks like a jar of jelly, but if you read it, it says it's tea. So I don't know if you have a Costco nearby where you're at, but they might have it.
I just wrote it down.
But yeah, I have a.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute! OMG, cute.
Say hi, hello. No, don't touch. Say hello.
Hello. Hi. I love her hair. The red hair.
Yeah, that's Meka and Kira.
Hello. Hi. Oh my
Say
God.
hi. Boop, boop. Okay, don't type in there. Say bye-bye.
So
Say
cute.
bye-bye. Bye. See ya.
Oh my God, I love her hair.
Oh my God, love it. Red.
That's my granddaughter.
Oh, so cute.
Her name is Piper. She's 4 years old.
Piper. She loved that name.
Oh my gosh. One of our friends has Piper and Greta. I'm like, oh my God, those names.
Yeah. So I have two grandchildren. So Piper is my granddaughter, and then my grandson, his name is Desmond.
Oh my God, I love that name. Look at that. Oh, I love how she made a cameo. How
She always does that. She'll come and make a cameo, like when she's getting ready to go to bed, or when she's leaving to go to her room.
Added touch.
So now Dell would watch them in release order, and I do see the beauty in that because you get really surprised by the Pearl character if you watch X first. I need a recommendation for a tea that helps with coughs.
Ooh. Cutie Patootie is back.
Oh, what that? Cutie Patootie.
Oh, the jelly one there?
It's good. Nice hot with the ginger. It's really good.
You could do
but I would definitely do a green tea with honey if you're dealing with a cough.
Yeah.
That would be my pick. or agave.
Ooh, agave, yes.
Yeah.
Del, if you have inflammation, however, you could do ginger turmeric.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, oh, there you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
But still do a little bit of honey and stuff. That way you
Yes.
you don't get that spiciness of the ginger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, and then
All
what
right.
happened to you?
Yeah.
Let's go to our final scores on House of the Devil, coming in at number 3. IMDb gives us a 6.3.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes critics score 85%.
Hey.
Audience score 63%. Rich gave it an 81. I gave it a 78. You guys gave it an 88.
Yeah.
That's a good score right there.
Oh, I like that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You are welcome, my friend. Whenever someone has a cough or a sore throat, I always say green tea and vitamin C. That's my
Oh, gotta
Yep.
have the vitamin C.
Yep.
Yep.
gotta have the vitamin C.
Yeah. Knock it out. Yep.
Essential.
Yeah, because that builds up your immune system. When you have a cough or when you have allergies, it kind of saps the vitamin C from your system.
Mhm.
So you got to replenish that.
Oh yeah.
Orange juice or whatever, but I'll do a vitamin C supplement.
Big thing of
Um,
OJ.
Yeah. OJ's the best. And that's that I don't like orange juice, but I'll crave it. I'll
Uh-huh.
crave it when I have a cold. I'll crave orange juice.
This is great.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love orange juice. Yeah.
And then I just go, I'll just drink a half gallon of orange juice.
I love
Um,
orange juice.
Love orange juice.
Just no pulp.
No pulp. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. No pulp.
Yeah.
I agree. No pulp.
Can't do it. Yeah.
All right. We've got 2 movies left. We've got 2 hot seat questions left.
Okay.
Let's go to hot seat question number 4.
Yeah.
Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of actors and actresses?
Oh, that's such a good. Ooh. Wow. Okay.
So this is like top 4
Oh, top 4.
actors or actresses. So who would be on your Mount Rushmore? Because that's the 4
Okay.
presidents.
So I would say Vanessa Redgrave.
Yeah, she would do Vanessa.
Ooh,
I would
nice.
do Viola Davis.
Ooh, that's
I
a
love
good one.
Viola.
I love her.
Ooh.
You. I know you gonna say
Who was I gonna say?
Helen.
I was gonna say
Helen Mirren. She loved Helen.
Okay.
You know, I'm thinking too of like my James Earl Jones.
Oh
I wanna try to be-
we do the actresses first.
Oh, actresses. Okay, so Helen Mirren,
Yeah.
Vanessa Redgrave, Viola Davis.
Oh,
Sissy Spacek.
yeah. We like
Oh, not Sissy Spacek. I'm sorry. I love Sissy Spacek. I meant Cicely Tyson.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Those are
Oh, surprise. Okay, nice. Okay, so actors.
Ooh,
Denzel.
I would have to
Denzel's
say,
my number 1.
ooh, this is tough though.
Yeah, no longer living, but Sidney Poitier.
Oh, Sidney
Yeah.
Poitier, yes. Gosh, who else would I add there? Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh, you know, I do like Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland would be a good one.
I think he's such a great actor.
Wait,
Ooh, last one. I'm gonna do James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, unless you have somebody else you would think of.
Wait, hold on, let me see.
So tough, isn't it?
Yes, tough.
Yeah, see, that's hard.
I remember that. That's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, but Denzel is like our favorite actor.
Denzel number 1 for me, absolutely. So yeah, my my actresses. I mean, I might throw a curveball here, but it's Denzel and Tom Hanks are my top 2.
This is awesome. Yeah.
And then I love Ben Foster.
Oh yeah, Ben
Oh,
Foster's
that's a good one.
Yeah.
He is such an underrated actor.
Was
And
it-
then I absolutely love Stanley Tucci.
Oh,
I
my God. Yeah, I love
I am such a fan of Stanley Tucci.
Yes.
So women, Kate Blanchett would be my number 1.
She's great. Yep.
I love her, and then Viola Davis
Yes,
for
yeah.
sure. She's got to be in there. I know why. Janelle Monáe. I love her.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
good.
she's
Yeah.
In Hidden Figures and then Antebellum, she was so good in Antebellum.
Yeah.
Well, she was actually really good in, wasn't she in oh my God, look at that. I just drew a blank. I can see it but can't think of it. Oh my God, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
That is so
It'll
annoying
come
to
to
you.
me. I know.
That's
We
so
always do like
annoying.
brain fog. We'll be
Brain
doing that
fog.
like
It's like you see it but you can't think of
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And then I go with like my favorite celebrity on the planet, and that's Queen Latifah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
Queen Latifah. Oh, I'm thinking of Janelle Monáe in Homecoming, the second season TV series, which is really good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. But yeah, I loved her. I loved her in Antebellum. That really surprised me.
What's
The role in that.
I didn't think that was gonna go. Whatever. Oh, Stanley
Yeah,
Tucci.
Stanley Tucci is so underrated. So Janelle
Oh,
Monáe,
yes, she was.
oh, good one.
Yes, she was in Moonlight. Yep.
Good one.
Who also
Yeah.
good Ben Kingsley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good too.
Oh, we just watched a movie called Jules with Ben Kingsley.
Seen that? Add that. Note that.
We just did our By the Numbers. It's a brand new release that came out.
Oh, okay.
It's on digital right now for like Vudu and Prime and things like that where you can rent it. But it's kind of a sci-fi. So it's Ben Kingsley and Jane Curtin
Oh, nice.
and Harriet Harris, and I know her, but it didn't recognize her name, but I could tell by her face. And they're just like some old people in a town, and this alien spacecraft crashes in his backyard.
Oh, wow.
And Ben Kingsley is kind of going through like a just the early stages of dementia.
Okay.
So he's telling people that there's an alien spacecraft in his backyard.
No one's believing him.
Yeah, and no one's believing him.
Wow.
Not even his own daughter, who just thinks she wants to put him in a home.
Wow.
But it's a really cute story. It was
Looked
it
it
was a
up.
really big surprise. We liked it.
Oh, okay. Definitely got to check that out. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. You said this year just came.
Oh, okay.
just came
Awesome.
out.
Yeah. It just came out. So yeah, we just reviewed it yesterday. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Definitely will check that out.
Dale says my favorite Ben Kingsley roles are the bad ones he does for money. You can feel and almost see his eyes rolling before he says the line. Yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, I gotta raise the hand to Gandhi because that was his home run for sure. He won the Oscar.
Death and a Maiden. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
With Sigourney Weaver. Him and Sigourney.
Oh
Weaver.
yeah.
Yeah.
Knives Out 2.
Oh, we haven't seen Knives Out.
I haven't seen Knives
Oh,
Out.
is that the Glass Onion one?
Yeah,
Because the Glass Onion.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That was my favorite streaming movie last year. That was really good.
Oh, wasn't Janelle Monáe in that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Janelle Monáe was in it. She was good in that.
Okay, we gotta get on that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her do a bad role. I haven't.
Awesome.
And that's why, those underrated actors to where you never really see them do the big blockbuster movies, like Ben Foster. Stanley Tucci's always like the side guy. But the way he does it is just pivotal. Like he just makes so much sense to the movie. Yeah, Monet was amazing in Glass. And yeah, that's a great pick.
First one, but not
that's one that we've been waiting to watch. Yeah.
All right. So we got your Mount Rushmore. Now let's get to our number 2 movie, and let's hear what Rich has to say about it.
Rich.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. I remember watching this a long time ago, and I rewatched it last year, I think, so I didn't really need to rewatch it again. This is a great movie. I love the atmosphere. I love the father and son dynamic, and it's pretty creepy. And yeah, I think that's it for Jane Doe. It's not my favorite on this list, but yeah, thanks for picking this one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love this one.
I made him watch this last year. So last year in October I basically picked the 4 main types of horror movies. So slasher, paranormal, monster, and gore.
Okay.
And we basically did a top 10 list of each one. So he and I each picked 5 movies, and then we watch them all and rank them. So we did that all last year, and this was one of my top picks for paranormal movies.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Because I love the unique style here.
Yep.
Because starting out, she's dead. So this is and then it gets crazy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was such a great concept that they put out. It was so good. Now, this is the one the twins got me to watch. Yay. So what was it about the autopsy of Jane Doe that you guys liked?
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like you always rave about the
yeah, I love it. I love it. So again, what you just said too, the concepts,
the tone and atmosphere.
the atmosphere.
Love on the actors.
Yeah.
So
and then I kind of love that it kind of feels like a one room play. I always say that with this film,
in terms of how it takes place in
kind
that
of the
one
location. I just love it. So that's a big piece for how it's shot, the atmosphere, and I love the father son dynamic. And I hadn't seen anything like that. I think it's very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I love Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch, and I think they work well together in this. Now, as far as this movie goes, so it was released in 2016, but it was released internationally. It never came out in the US, so until it came out on video. But it was released in Lithuania, Poland, Spain, Italy, and Portugal, and made $6.1 million in the theater. So not too bad. I'm surprised it didn't. It's an IFC midnight movie, and I love IFC. I think their stuff is really creepy.
Yeah,
There's one that I really like that it's called Almost Human. I don't know if you've seen this one. This IFC did it. And it's an alien one where it's kind of like a Body Snatchers type of thing. Only the guy he just like devolves into this crazy just psychopath and kills people, but he's not really human. He was taken over by an alien. And it was really interesting. And then there's another one called ATM.
I like ATM. Yeah, I love ATM.
I thought that was so creepy because that was one of the ones I was like, okay, that could really happen.
Oh, very and I love the ending.
The ending made me so upset. She was pissed with the ending, but
I like that.
It was a good ending, but I was like, oh gosh,
jeez.
Yeah. It didn't end the way you wanted it to. No, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the cast on this.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is one. Yeah, I like how you said it's a one room play or like a one. And I like it, kind of like a confined thriller to where they're stuck in one location and they have to work their way through it, like Devil when they're all stuck in the elevator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then I kind of like that too because there isn't much from the outside that can get in. They've got to really figure out what's going on their own and get out of it. So it does hurt the cast score a little bit because there's not too many people in here.
Yeah.
But I think just about everybody, I mean, because I don't know, Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch, I think that's a given.
Yeah.
So that's 4 points right off the bat. Was there anyone else that you guys recognized?
I think that was
it because I didn't recognize the guy who played the girlfriend or the guy who played the police officer Sheldon. I didn't know anybody else.
Yeah, so that was it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did recognize him, and I recognized the girl who played Emma, Ophelia Lovibond. I've seen her before. So, and that was a TV show. I think it was a BBC show. So I think she's actually British, but yeah, so I ended up going to 6, but
nice.
But yeah, so we're gonna go with a 4. Okay, so what did you think of the acting?
See, for us it was top tier. Even though it was the two main actors, they're exceptional, especially their body of work in general. So I think if that didn't work, the film wouldn't have worked. So it set the tone, in my opinion. We gave that high rankings, just because of the caliber and dynamic. So we honestly rated that high.
I go with I like the dynamics.
Me too.
I go with a 10 for that.
Like it. All right, let's go with the plot.
Ooh, let's see what they say.
Okay.
Okay. So it says a father and son, both coroners, are pulled into a complex mystery while attempting to identify the body of a young woman who was apparently harboring dark secrets.
I feel like I feel like I'm loving it as well. I just I like that. I think that's such a good
It's good. I don't know if I would be high with it. Like that would pull me in, but I probably would still maybe what do you think? Like a 7 or 8?
I give it an 8. I'm intrigued.
I'll
by
do
it.
8.
I have a core. You had me at corners. You know, you had me at the autopsy. I feel like I'm an 8 with it. I can get away with it.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Okay, what did you think of the ending here?
Oh, see the ending. Now look at this. I'm not going to give it away, but I said, what ending, man. I did not necessarily see that coming, or at least I thought there would be a silver lining.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go another way.
I thought it was going to go another way. So I was like, oh, wow, that surprised me.
I think because I did like that.
Me too. It was like, oh, wow, you still are left unsure about everything. So I like the ending. I think that was.
Yeah, I did. Okay, we just said
I would give that a 9.
I
would give that a 9. I feel like the ending, I appreciated that.
Yeah. It switched it up for
very much
where I thought it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I went 8 for the ending. I thought that I didn't get the full closure that I wanted, but I liked that it kind of left it open.
Yes.
But you know, I would have been happier if we'd have gotten a sequel. If there was a sequel, then and it continued on, like, you know, another morgue with the same girl or something, I would have been totally down to watch that again, and have that just keep going. That would have been great. So what did you think of the story though here?
Oh, I enjoyed the story.
I like the story.
I think it was very unique. It was a different twist in regards to, in my opinion, storytelling. I think I really feel like I haven't seen anything like it.
Yeah, it was. That's what I love about this film, because it's just so different. But I love the story because you're kind of unraveling the story as you go, and as you're doing the autopsy, which I thought was really, really cool, because you're discovering all these things that you think
as
as
the actors are discovering. You're discovering at the same time. I do like how that comes about. Like those movies where they lose their memories, and then as they're going along, as you're learning about the movie and what's happening, they're gaining their memories back, or they're finally getting to what's going on. Like Pandorum comes to mind.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah.
And there's another one that I really like called Unknown. And
you said is it the Liam Neeson one?
No, not the Liam Neeson one. It's Jim Caviezel's in it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you saw that.
It's the one where their memories are erased and they're stuck in this warehouse and they all have to kill each other.
Yeah,
and
I haven't seen that.
I like stuff like that where it's like, oh, open grave, that just popped into my head.
That's good. Like
with Carlito Copley, and
And that one is crazy too, because it kind of like repeats the cycle. It's like crazy.
Yeah. And it's still you know that he's gonna wake up again with no memories and then have to go through that all again. I was like, man.
I don't know if you said, like, I feel like Memento was like a movie where it was just like, oh my God, this poor man. Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen that, but like just the short term.
I have seen Memento, yeah. Okay, so what score would we give the story here for this?
Oh, I enjoyed the story.
I would give it a 9.
I would give it a 9 too. I hadn't seen anything like it. I thought it was like well done, honestly.
Okay, definitely unique. I did dig it. What did you think of the script?
Oh, I actually thoroughly enjoyed the script as well.
And the thing with this script is, there's not a lot of dialogue.
Exactly.
That's
so you got to do a lot. You play a lot on just like what you physically see, the expressions, the movements, what's not said in most cases.
Right. Yeah, this is where it's kind of a toss-up, because you go, okay, on the one hand, there's no dialogue, so that may lower the script score a little bit, but the cinematography gets better because of all the visuals that are involved. So that's where I was like, so I had to play that and see, how I would score it. So that was interesting. How do you guys feel about playing?
I would do maybe I would say like a 6, maybe, or 7.
Oh, really? Okay, I would say a little bit higher than that.
I would say 7, because I'm kind of had that toss up, because they don't really say a lot. It's more of the visual.
But you know what I think though, for them to not have said a lot though,
but that would be more cinematography.
Okay, that's true. That's
7.
Okay, so now cinematography. So let's say the visuals.
Love it.
No, that's gonna be high for me.
I do a 10.
I would do a 10 for that.
I was like, this is a 10 for me. I was like, there's no. And I was like, the visuals here are what make this movie. It's it's all it's the intricate detail about how they're doing it. And oh man, this reminds me of the picture that I want to bring up.
I think I know.
So I have two really good pictures that really get into the visuals here. And the first one is where he's doing the autopsy and he's actually going over the body and what's going on, and then leading into this.
Yes, this is the one I love. This is my favorite. Yeah, this imagery.
Unreal, yeah.
So, man, yeah, the visuals are the best. It was really good, and that's why, you know, the dialogue may hurt a little bit, but the visuals are top notch.
Top notch, yeah.
So okay, and so let's talk about the direction. So this was directed by I don't know if I can pronounce his last name, Andre Overdahl.
Yeah.
So let's just call him Andre. And so Andre he did Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunter.
Dude.
Yeah.
I love Troll Hunter. He did Mortal.
Oh, I haven't seen.
You haven't seen that, but yeah.
I saw.
Mortal is so good.
Mortal. Okay.
Mortal, yeah. It's like it's a play off of the story of Thor, and like the Norse god, not Marvel.
Yeah.
But there's basically this random guy that doesn't know his name, nobody knows who he is, and he's like firing off this lightning and stuff.
Oh wow.
And they're trying to help him, but at the same time trying to keep him in prison so he can't get out. But you can't hold him because he's like lightning. So then it builds to this whole thing about the God of Thunder and all that kind of really, really good.
Okay.
Very underrated. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch that was really cool. But I absolutely love Troll Hunter. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Troll Hunter. I dig that. That was so good. One of the best found footage movies I've seen.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Rich just got home. We are talking about the autopsy of Jane Doe, my friend. And Delsa's agreed. Very strong visually. Yeah. So yeah, Rich, if you want to jump in, you're welcome to. But I know he just got off work, so he's probably gonna eat something and then go to bed. he's probably done. We're going to so yeah, direction. What score would we give the direction here?
I mean, I
feel like I love it.
I mean, that's so because you kind of in that one space, so the direction really have to be like tight and on it.
I'd be happy with a 9 with it.
I'd be happy with a 9 with that too. For where it's contained to, yeah.
Okay. Sounds. So the music, the score, sound effect.
I love like the bell, like the faint, like I just feel like the sounds made it. Like it was like those little moments where you would just hear that or like see that. So I feel like that's so high for me too. Gosh, oh my god, I feel like I literally would give that a 10 just because there were moments of just like I didn't even get over that elevator scene and you hear that faint bell getting louder and closer. I feel like
okay, I'll go with that.
I'm happy with that. That was good for me.
And again, for like I said, with so much little dialogue and for like
you
kind
of depended on that a lot of the time.
That really played well. I'll go with that. Okay, we're gonna do a 10 with that.
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm happy with that. I love that. That really did set the pace of it too.
Fine with that. So, wild card. As this is a paranormal movie, how would you score this based on other paranormal movies?
Ooh, I love it.
Gosh, I feel like this ranks very high in comparison to what I'm thinking of the standard paranormal films that are out.
And just because it was very unique to
very
me.
Different. Yeah, like I think just because of that, it ranks far exceeds the rest. I'll do a 10 on that because I think unlike other films, you can kind of see like, that's kind of been done before, a little twist. I've not seen anything like this. And that's
I totally get that.
I love Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Yeah.
That's a good score. Good score. Nice.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now more people are
hearing about
watching
it, experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I learned about it. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, actually. I'm glad we did though.
Yeah, I had to, and that was one I had to buy. You know what I mean? I'm so selective too about what I grab. I was like, oh, I have to have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see they even tried to do. I feel like that. It wasn't an autopsy, but that possession of Hannah Grace.
Yeah,
tried to kind of.
I got that. Yeah. Oh, have you seen the Possession of Michael King?
No. Oh, note that.
Oh, check that out. It's got again like a found footage style type of thing where he's filming himself. He actually gets himself possessed on purpose.
Oh, wow. That's
and so he can film it as a documentary.
Okay, wow.
And I'm gonna leave it there.
Jeez, okay.
So that's one to watch because it was weird because I grabbed The Taking of Deborah Logan. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen that.
So and Possession of Michael, I grabbed those on the same day.
Wow. Okay.
And I liked The Possession of Michael King better.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, that's another one we haven't seen. Ooh,
it was the bigger surprise. I knew I was gonna like The Taking of Deborah Logan, and I love the uniqueness of that because it's not your basic possession movie. It definitely goes on it in a different direction.
Yeah.
And since I was on a possession movie kick and The Possession of Michael King was sitting there, I grabbed that too, and I watched that. I was like, wow, that was a huge surprise. So that was awesome.
Okay, we'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, love that. Oh, we got a good list here.
I'm glad. I love to recommend movies to you guys.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's go to the final scores on The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This was Rich and my number 2 movie.
Okay.
But let's see what you guys scored it. IMDb is giving this a 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 86%, audience score 76%. Rich gave it a 79. I gave it an 81. Your score an 86.
Wow. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
Totally good. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry. Tea pairing. Got to do that. So my tea pairing, because of the fire, is I'm pairing this with a roasted rice and green tea blend.
Oh, you are winning today. Wow, winning tonight. I love it.
That was my other green tea, but it tastes when you drink it, you can taste the toasted rice.
Wow.
It is so good. So I bought a bunch of those.
Okay.
And I prefer loose leaf to bags, but sometimes bags is just more convenient. You just do it. But that's really good.
And good movie recommendations. I know. Tea pairing.
I'm writing it all down.
Yeah. I'm spoiling you guys. I know I am.
Excited. Oh my gosh. I think the tea is making me most excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more movie. We have one more hot seat question. Let's get to that. Hot seat question number 5. Give us your most surprising hot take. This is a movie that you can't stand that everyone else seems to love. And let's keep it horror related. So is there a horror movie that you guys don't like that is either pretty popular or that everybody else seems to like?
Oh my gosh, yes.
We gotta come up. It was like a recent one last year. Everyone seemed to like, but we didn't like.
Well, it seemed very popular, like that bodies.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I did not get
Davidson. I absolutely hate that.
Thank you. Everyone that was right. The people told us, "Oh, watch it. You like it.
I bought it, and yeah, I didn't finish it. It's not what I wanted. It just wasn't what I wanted. I will go and finish it at some point, but yeah, it just was not. It wasn't what I wanted.
People told us to watch it, and I said,
I'm all set. Yeah, we did not like that.
Yeah, nah, I like that. Of course, Innkeepers. Of course. Of course. But my hot take now, I am an absolute nut for zombie movies. I love zombie movies.
Me
Oh,
too.
yes.
Yes, I do.
I did not like Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So that's my hot take. I am a Romero fan. I love all the other ones. Dawn of the Dead, 28 Days Later. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Night of the Living Dead, I just don't care for.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. I know
Yep.
I love the one. Yeah, but I just like
Wait,
it.
people actually like that movie? I guess he didn't like Bodies either, unless it was Night of the Living Dead. I'm sure he's talking about that one.
Yeah.
But-
I know Trini. People kept telling us they loved it. I said
I don't.
Yeah, it was recommended to me, so I bought it. And I'm sitting there with the Blu-ray. I put it in, and I was like, no,
We
And,
love understand.
yeah, just not wasn't what I was good. I didn't like. Yeah, talking about bodies. That's what I figured. I was hoping. Not many people have my hot take because I literally have hundreds of zombie movies.
Yeah.
Love zombies.
It's crazy. My favorite. I love the Record series.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that entire franchise.
Very well
So
done.
good. Just yeah. And there's one that I like. It's called Rambach Berlin Undead. And
Noted.
the movie, if you can find the DVD, it would be great to have because the movie's only like 80 minutes long. It's really short, and it's a solid zombie movie. It's great, but in there is a special feature in the DVD where they have a public service announcement about surviving a zombie apocalypse in the theater.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine?
It is hilarious. It's my favorite thing on the DVD, and it's just a little 15-minute thing. And it's this woman talking about, if you're in the theater watching a movie and your neighbor turns into a zombie, here's how you deal with it's like, it was so funny. It's great.
You don't know when you need that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I need that one.
Okay, we put that on the list as well.
But the movie itself, it's a solid, just regular zombie movie. It's still good, but there's nothing extremely special about it. There's I don't know if you've seen the Dead movies. Those are the ones that take place in India. I like those because of the location where it happens. I think those are really neat. Yeah, Dell didn't hate Bodies. That's fine. I just
Bodies Dells over the innkeepers.
I don't know about that. But one I did like that was kind of a horror comedy was Totally Killer.
We love that. That was
so much fun. That was amazing. I was like, okay, take Back to the Future and make it a slasher movie. I'm so down for that. Yeah, it was good.
I actually rewatched that one too.
Yeah, it was so good. We enjoyed that.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope that one gets a physical release. I'd buy that.
That was so good.
I love that one. It was very good.
Nice. All right, let's go to our number one movie, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is. And it was definitely my number one movie, but let's see what Rich has to say.
Talk to me. This was a fantastic movie. This is the best horror movie of the year so far. And yeah, I just recently rewatched it and it's still fantastic a second time around watching it. I love the unknown cast. I think that makes the movie better because you're not taken out with the big time actors. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. This is a great pick.
Yeah.
Favorite of the year.
Absolutely love this movie.
Yeah.
What was it? Something actually happened in Bodies. Okay. I see where you're going. I was like, wait, what happened? I'm like, oh, he's talking like nothing happened in Innkeepers. That's what he means.
Yeah.
So yeah, this movie is fantastic.
Oh, loved it.
I love this movie. I can't wait. I just bought the 4K and I can't wait to rewatch this. It's so good. This is definitely going to be a horror movie marathon night. I'm gonna watch that again and really good. Literally just finished Talk to Me. That ending, loved it. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Solid.
so good. The ending is, I was like, it did not end how I expected, but I absolutely loved it. and we're gonna get to that score in a second. But first, let's talk about the cast. This, unfortunately for me, hurt on the cast because I didn't recognize too many people, but that worked. It didn't distract from the movie, because where you get a horror movie, let's just say bodies, and you recognize an actor in there, let's say Pete Davidson, and it distracts you from the movie to where you don't want to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
So in this one, I didn't, faces I knew, like a couple of faces. I think I knew one actor in this, and that was it. So it's where the cast doesn't distract you from the horror movie, and I think that works really well here. But what kind of score would you give the cast? Did you recognize anybody? How would you score this?
We would do 4 because we knew Miranda Otto, the mother.
Yep.
And we also knew, because we watched the Australian TV show Wentworth.
Yeah.
So we knew Zoe Tarakis, the one that plays the one who has the hands.
Yep.
So we knew her because she plays in the TV show Wentworth. Yeah.
Okay. So 4. That's good. Yeah, I went 5, and I think there was just one other person where I was like, hey, I know that guy from something, and but yeah, no, it totally makes sense. What did you think of the acting here?
Oh, I thought it was great. Solid. It was really good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I liked it too. Well, because I like seeing
Yes.
Yeah, that's really big.
All right, so let's put a number on acting. Where would you put that?
Oh, I say like that was high for me. I'd be like 9. I'd be content with that. I thought it was really good.
Like it? Okay, let's go to the plot. You guys have really lucked out for the
let's see.
For the IMDb synopsis. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. When a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces.
No, that's not a good plot.
I'm there.
I'm sold.
Right? I'm like, you had me at terrifying forces. I was like,
oh yes. See, now that's gonna get a 10 for me. That'll get a 10 for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And bombs.
Yeah. You had me.
Yeah.
Taking it too far. Where we going?
Oh yeah, taking it too far. And they did like treat it almost like it was an addiction, to where they were
100%
addicted to it. They kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then so you could treat this as a public service announcement.
Addiction. That's why I kind of
addiction,
grief, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, they definitely needed therapy after.
I would never try this.
So okay, so let's talk about the ending.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I love the ending, and I'm so excited we're gonna have like the prequel too, because that just leaves I want more. I want to figure out. Yeah,
me too.
To me, that's a 10. That ending to me was top notch.
Yeah, no, it was a 10 for me too, and I thought that the way that they did it was just so fantastic. That just it came up out of the blue. And because there was like so something happens to the lead, and then the movie takes like this turn that you don't expect, and then like right before it ended, no, and then it was like, totally, I stood up and I was like, dude, I'm out. Drop the mic. That was a perfect.
I did not expect that. That was so well done.
I didn't catch it until like right before it happened, and I was just like, and I literally leaned over to my wife, who hates horror movies, but she watches them with me because she loves me. I leaned over and I called it like right before it happened, and she goes, no, and then she looked and she goes, how did you know? And I was like, that was exactly how I would do it. And because you just you see it like right at the last second, and then bam, it hits, and you're like, yes, credits rolled, and you're like, I'm out. I can walk out of this. Yeah, it was so good. Until I was like, at that point, I went, oh, yeah, me too. I had a major O face when I saw that. It was beautiful. That was like one of the best endings I've seen all year for any movie.
Yes.
It's our favorite horror so far.
So far,
Yeah, it is absolutely my favorite horror movie so far this year. I was really hoping Exorcist Believer would beat it, but it didn't.
Yeah. No.
But I'm looking for Where Evil Lurks, and I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yeah, we actually I know it's going to be on streaming at the end of the month.
Yes, we're gonna check it out.
27th it comes out on Shudder, and but I've heard good things about that.
I'm
excited about it.
Yeah, I didn't end up seeing it in the theater because it was like, okay, talk to me, and then I saw Exorcist, and then I saw X. So I knew my wife couldn't handle another one, so I was like, okay, but I'm looking. I like that style, that type of paranormal. Again, like Autopsy of Jane Doe, really unique.
Yeah,
how they play that out, and I am so down for the prequel when it comes out. I can't wait. I can't wait. A24 knocked this right out of the park.
Yeah.
This is so good.
So good.
So good.
So good. And I think watching this or watching other A24 movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I just recently watched Lighthouse, which was really interesting. I think that's why I came to appreciate Green Room a little bit more.
With
the rewatch. So that was I've come to understand what they do.
Yeah.
And how they do it, because they're very I want to say subliminal. They're really kind of under the radar a little bit, to where they sneak up on you with their stuff, and they're very smart about how they do their stuff. And I think they really kind of give their directors and writers some freedom with how they do their stuff. Yeah. And so you can tell that these movies do not end the Hollywood way.
No.
Oh my God, absolutely not.
And I absolutely love that about it. All right. So we're at the story.
I love it.
What did you think of the story here on a 1 to 10?
I liked it because I think, again, even though it was like horror, I love the parallel between like loss, grief, the friendship like dynamics, unrequited love. There was like a lot of stuff mixed up in there.
Mixed up stuff. Yeah, I agree with that.
So I feel like I would give this high too. I'd be like an 8. I'd be comfortable with an 8 or a 9. I'll do like a 9. Yeah, 9. I liked it. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so what do you think of the script?
Ooh, wow. I loved it.
I love the script.
This is interesting. Now, this is, I mean, Australian, so the dialogue was a little weird for me. The language barrier, even though it's English, it was a little off from the way we normally speak, right? Yeah. So that took me a little bit to get used to, but I still think it plays better in an Australian way than it would American.
Yeah. And we watch a lot of Australian shows,
TV series, and like
okay.
Yeah, so for us, even I feel like we pick up on a lot of the slang and lingo just based off that, like, because again we do watch a lot of Australian TV, so we caught on to it pretty quick. Yeah, maybe that did help us a bit, like follow some of it a little bit more closely. Yeah, but I loved it. Yeah, I was just what you think? Oh gosh, would it be too much for me to give it a 10? You give it a 10? I feel like I really did love it. I did. I'll do 9. You want to do 9? Yeah, let's do 9. I can go a point. Okay, that I know if you were gonna do like 8 or 7, I would have said something. But yeah, I'll just go meet you in the middle. Okay, 9. We'll do 9.
Yeah, that's not because we feel like I said we watched a lot of, so we kind of the lingo didn't really. We kind of went with it.
That's where I was. So I actually did go 8 because the lingo affected me a little bit, and I was trying to understand some of it, especially when the kids were talking, because they were talking so fast.
Oh yeah, they do talk. Yeah, go fast.
That I was trying to figure out. Looks like, okay, I'm trying to translate. What are they saying? But getting to cinematography, the visuals really make up for any lost
Yes.
dialogue. So what did you think of the visuals here?
I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, I
Oh
love
my
the
gosh.
visuals.
It was the scenes.
I'm totally on board with that. I love I don't even want to call it a transformation, but like let's just say when it happens.
Yes. Oh gosh.
How the person that I don't want to say victim, the person who's doing it, how that person changes
Oh my God.
visually.
Yes.
Even the part where
Even the voice, the mannerisms.
The voice, not just the eyes, because the eyes are definitely a key, but just the way the body behaves and the way that it's like it was a totally different person. And I dug that. I really did. Okay, so director. So let's talk about the direction here. It was directed by the Philippou brothers. That's Danny and Michael. And they did, what else did they do? They did they did the camera work for the Babadook. Which I liked. Previous, so see, I haven't seen anything that they've done. They've done
they're YouTubers.
video ads and miniseries and a short movie. One movie called Raka Raka, which are a TV series.
Yeah, they're known for like YouTube. That's why it was so cool with this film. How they kind of
this was a big surprise.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know who these people were. And this is they did a short film on this, right? Like
yes.
So this is a short film that they made into a feature.
Yeah.
And I think I'm hoping I get a chance to watch the short film. I'm hoping it's on that 4K. That would be really neat. I'd love to watch the short film that it's based on.
Yeah. Well, this is an indicator of the way they go, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm along for the ride.
The script really has to be good to make that ending not feel forced, and the visuals are fantastic. Totally agree. Love the Babadook too. I did, but they basically did the camera work for the Babadook. But I do like how that was filmed. So I hope to see these guys do a lot more directing in the future. I think they're fantastic. So what number will we put on this?
Yeah, I mean, they twins, they're brothers, they twins. Yeah,
that's gonna make it a 10 for you guys, right? No, I get it. I didn't realize they were twins at first, but now that I saw their picture and I'm like, wait, are they twins? Yep, they sure are. Okay, music. So what did you think of this? And this is one where I didn't really get behind the music so much as the sound effects.
Yes,
the way that they did like when the person jerks and you get like that almost like a rush of air is what it sounds like.
Yes. And then even when the was sleeping and you hear like the voices,
just the subtle stuff though. That was really cool. So what would you give the sound here, the music, the score, sound effects and stuff?
I love the sound
effects. I would give that a 9.
I like the sound effects.
Okay. Like it. Okay, wild card. As a paranormal movie, how would you rate this on a 1 to 10?
Oh, 10.
I thought, that's what I did. I gave it a 10. I was like, oh, this thing that's so good. Yeah. Made. Oh, God. I love your score.
Yeah, this is like our for the year. This is nothing has beat.
Nothing has topped it yet. We're not done with 2023 yet, but I think this is the one.
I don't see anything on the horizon though that could beat this thing.
No.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my God! Just that scene when they cut the hands.
Yeah. I know this was a movie too where which is rare. Where I'm like this.
Oh, I know. Sometimes you're like, woo.
You're like, yeah. Delsa's sound design was amazing. Yes, I really did like the song that played during the party montage. Yes, that was cool, especially the way the main character is speaking in tongues fit perfectly with it. Yeah. I don't know how I want to say this because I don't want to spoil the movie.
I know.
There are surprises in here.
Yeah.
particularly with the dad.
Mm-hmm.
That
yeah.
I wanted to call out.
Yeah.
And there's another one. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah.
But there's another where it's like it really hit me.
No.
And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Wow.
Where
I was just like, oh no. And I knew it. I knew it when they were talking about it, because it was about a certain person doing the thing with the hand.
Yep.
And that I knew something was going to happen with it.
Yeah.
And it was, it was so.
Yeah, that's the one where it was like, oh.
Well, no, it was just like, but, and I mean, I knew it was coming, but the way that they filmed it was so.
Gosh. Ooh, horrific.
Well, yeah.
That was the one I said where I was like, oh.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh no. And
you felt it, like you knew something was wrong.
Yeah. All right, so my tea pairing for this one. And this is another loose one. So my favorite type of tea is oolong tea.
Nice.
So this is oolong tea is basically it's in between green and black as far as how long it ferments. It has a smoky flavor. It's a little bit lighter as far as caffeine goes. And it's really nice. So this is a loose
Look at that nice.
oolong tea. It's a yellow jade oolong is what it's called.
Yeah.
And I buy that in 5-pound bags.
Wow.
Because it's I'm always using it. And I'll grind it and put it on as a marinade for meat when I cook it, because tea works great. Green tea for fish and chicken, and black or oolong tea for pork and beef.
Wow.
If it works really well. And
it's tidbits. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, little tidbits. Also, one other tidbit is that tea is the only thing that produces an enzyme that counteracts the side effects of caffeine.
Oh wow. Look at that. Love my tea.
Yeah. So this is why, if you drink coffee, you kind of get the shakes, or you drink those energy drinks, but you don't get that with tea. And it's because the product is called L-theanine, and it actually lowers your blood pressure and does some other things too, but it counteracts the side effects of what caffeine does to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
look at that. Tea. I know, look at that.
Tea. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that is my pairing with that, because when I watched the movie, I was like, ooh, and then oolong came out of that.
I love that.
Because it's my favorite horror movie of the year, and this is my favorite tea, so it had to go together.
Oh my god, I love the pairing. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So let's go to our final scores on Talk to Me. This is coming at number one for you guys as well.
Oh.
IMDb is giving this 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 63. Wow. Audience score 62. I think those are really low.
Yeah.
Rich gave it an 80, but they seem to treat horror movies differently.
They do.
So,
yeah.
I found that I'm always higher than Rotten Tomatoes is for horror movies. Mm-hmm. Rich gave it an 80. I gave it an 82. Nice. You guys gave it a 90, taking the top score. That's what I'm talking about. That's really good. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys did a great job.
Oh, excitement. This is so much fun. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, this is fun.
I am building your final card for the scores, and then we'll go over those. While I do that, why don't you go ahead and just talk about what's coming up next on your podcast. Anything else that's happening, if you're going to be on anyone else's stream or things like that, go ahead and do that while I put this together.
Okay. Well, I'll just make note that we're still follow us on Instagram at Double Peak Podcast. We've still been doing the 31 Days of Halloween, so just kind of follow along with what we're watching every day. And then next week we're doing I'm going to be co-hosting with Bob on Bob's Blu-rays, because we're going to be doing a women's
you doing a ladies' night.
Yes, ladies' night. So I'll be co-hosting in with Bob. And then we also on Monday, we're gonna test this weekend because we're kind of rusty with StreamYard. We might be doing a new segment we want to play with, which will be live if we can remember the technology.
Rally it.
Yeah, so we may pop in live tomorrow at some point, just playing around with the StreamYard.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties today, but I think that was StreamYard that was doing it. So us, getting back out and getting back in did the trick. We were able to get that fixed. I'm just putting the rest of these together. You need to shut off. There we go. And okay, so
in the background losing their mind.
Yeah, we got these 2 new kittens. They're so crazy.
I don't know if you can hear them.
Oh my goodness!
Hear them, Dave, because they just so loud. I'm like, I hope
losing their minds.
I hope they're not messing up the stream.
No, I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear it.
They got the rattle that they keep rolling.
We keep literally hearing like the ball fly past. Oh my gosh!
You cats acting a fool. What are you doing?
Oh my god,
that's funny. Okay, I put this together. Let me download this.
Yeah, I love how it show up. It's so
how cool is that? Oh wow, I just heard a crash. Yeah, that's so funny to me.
They come alive. The cats come alive at night. I don't know what that's about. Yeah.
Oh well, cats are generally kind of nocturnal, so that's when they.
Yeah, we had that on my old guys who just one of my old cats. He was almost 20, passed away a couple months. So now we got 2 brand new kittens. So we forgot how much energy they had.
How that works? Yeah, because when they're 20, they just sleep all the time.
All day.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that totally tracks. My I don't have any more cats, unfortunately, but my cat that lasted the longest, she lived 12 years. But I live in the country, so we have coyotes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And, all of my cats have disappeared. So it makes me really sad to say that I will not get any more cats because
I understand, yeah.
I love that they go outside and stuff, but my dogs are perfectly safe. They don't bother my dogs.
Yeah.
But I only have one dog left, little Chihuahua, and her name is Squirt. She's a white Chihuahua and with little spots, and she's maybe 2 pounds, but nothing bothers her. She just goes outside, does her thing. Nobody messes with her. But we have a lot of wild animals up here, bears and mountain lions, bobcat, things like that. So it's I got to be careful with the pets that I get. But I loved Nibbles. Was my cat that lasted the longest. I was her human. It wasn't that she was my cat. I was her human. So so she was my favorite, and then my wife's favorite was his name was Silly, because we originally thought it was a girl. So I named her Silhouette. And then my son goes, I don't think this is a girl, and proceeded to point out that it definitely wasn't a girl. And so we just shortened the name to Silly, and it, but that was the only cat that we played fetch with. It actually played fetch.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I've seen it. Yeah.
And it would answer you when you called him, and he would come to you. And I mean, he behaved like a dog. It was it was crazy. So yeah. Oh yeah. So Culture says I'll be checking out Talk to Me very soon. I hope you do. It's well worth a watch.
Oh yeah.
Same here, planning on buying it this weekend. Yeah. It's holding off for Black Friday. Okay. Hopefully I think it'll probably be on sale for Black Friday. Yeah. I think that's worth it. Chihuahuas, an entire species with the Napoleon complex. Oh, yeah. This dog thinks she is way bigger than she is. She's barking at the UPS man, and he's just laughing. And it's so funny. But I am okay. So that's done, and we're gonna go to the scorecard. And here we go for the final scores. So for me, Talk to Me was my number 1 with an 82, then Silver Bullet with an 81, Autopsy of Jane Doe with an 81, House of the Devil with a 78, and Green Room with a 76. Rich had Green Room number 1 at an 83, then House of the Devil at 81, Talk to Me at 80, Autopsy of Jane Doe at 79, and Silver Bullet at 72. You guys have Talk to Me at number 1 with 90, House of the Devil with 88, Autopsy of Jane Doe 86, Silver Bullet 83, and Green Room. I messed that up. Darn it. Green Card. Oh man, I'm gonna have to change that.
Hilarious. Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I like
it.
that scoring.
Just scoring. I'm
Yeah.
content with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Solid scores. I won't do it for the picture, but I'll do it for the outro to redo that. Because I already showed it that I messed up, but I was typing really fast.
Oh,
I love it.
we knew it.
So I'm gonna replace that. So that's gonna reload. While that reloads, I want to thank you two for being on the show. This has been an absolute dream for me. I am so glad that my pairings with T.
Oh my gosh, they're awesome.
I spent some time working on it because I was like, okay, how would I?
We'll let you know how we like them.
Oh yeah,
we'll let you know how we like them because I wrote them down too.
Oh yeah, too. Please, if you get a chance to find anything in the jelly form, just try it. It'll be a huge surprise. Like I said, just a couple spoonfuls with some hot water, and it makes a cup of tea. It looks just normal, and it really surprised me when I was like, I'm gonna try this. I wasn't sure, but there's an Asian store it's about an hour away from me, but most stores are because I'm up in the boonies. But when I go to this, I was like seeing a couple of these and I was like, okay, I'm going to give these a try because I'll do anything tea. Yeah. And when I did, I was like, wow, that worked out really well. It goes in the fridge. You just take a couple spoonfuls out. You don't even need to worry about it steeping. You just mix the hot water with it and you can drink it right away. And it was really cool. So if you get a chance to try it or any of these teas, definitely let me know what you think of them. And I'll take any recommendations you have too. If there's teas that you guys like, I would gladly try.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a list.
Oh yeah, get me a list. Is there anything like stuff that I haven't talked about? Is there any kind of tea that you like?
Oh, well, you know what's interesting because I don't know. Like, I feel like we would have to send people. We have a really cute place up here that we've discovered close to us. That it's like it's called like the Evergreen Cafe, but they do specialty blends of teas. Yeah. And so I don't even know.
But I love like hibiscus teas,
lavender tea,
turmeric.
Oh yeah, ginger turmeric tea.
Peppermint.
I have a ginger turmeric I like. I have to stay away from jasmine. I love jasmine tea, but I'm allergic to jasmine.
Oh no.
So it tends to be really bad for me.
Oh my gosh.
I had this blackberry jasmine tea that was so good, but I would have to take Benadryl afterwards, and it was just a nightmare.
Oh
so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to stop drinking jasmine tea. But yeah, I love ginger turmeric. I am not much. I do like an occasional chamomile or hibiscus. I'm not much for the floral teas.
Yeah.
But I do like them, and I'm not much for the fruity ones either. But I don't have any longer because I finished it and I can't find it. I had a banana tea.
Oh, that's different.
Was so good. It tastes like black tea, but it smells like bananas.
Oh, that's different.
And it was amazing, and I can't find that anywhere else. And it was amazing. So that was one I really wanted to pair, but I don't have it anymore. And also there was a pineapple tea that I really like. I'm a big pineapple fan, but yeah. If you ever find it's a black tea and they put like the dried banana peels in it.
Okay.
And then when you drink it, it just tastes like regular black tea, like it's straight from the Lipton.
Okay.
But when you smell it, it smells like it's bananas.
Oh,
and
I
And
love it.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've had so much fun. I hope you guys
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
my pleasure. I'd love to have you guys back. We'll do this again, and maybe pick a different 5 movies, a different category, or something like that. Or have you on for some new releases. Maybe get you on for
that'd be good.
That'd be fun because we're starting to have guests, and it's been really fun. Back on the island, we drink lemongrass, lime bud, orange peel, and fever grass tea. All good. I have a lemongrass chai tea that's really good. And then I do like my vanilla chai. That's probably one of my favorites. I like the hint of vanilla in there.
Oh, we did one of our kittens' chai.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I love that. It's funny because chai actually means tea. So that's awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to play the outro. It's got a recap for everybody so you guys can see what their scores were and the total of everything. And I rewrote green cards, so I made sure that was right. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, everybody, for watching us on replay. Again, if you're not following these two, they are amazing. All their links are in the description. Check anything out and follow all that because I love them. I love you guys. This has been amazing.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Back when you and when Rich is on too, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's working Thursdays all of a sudden at his job, so that's kind of thrown a wrench into everything. But we do our regular show Wednesday nights. So yeah, I'd love to have you guys back on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And if you ever need a co-host or a referee for your
noted
when you guys are differing on scores, let me know. I'd be happy to come over to your show too.
Awesome.
All righty. Thanks, you guys. All right. We're going to say bye, everybody. Thank you so much. And we are out of here. Take care.